Cyberpunk Uncensored.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all of our audience and viewers on YouTube and on Twitch. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope all of you are doing fantastically. We are back with Cyberpunk Goes Nomad. Um, I am your GM for today, and if anybody in our audience can let us know if we're having any audio issues, any video issues, just give me a shout on the chat, and I will get that fixed up ASAP. That being said, I'm going to. Oh, I'm already getting some video issues. What's going on? That being said, I'm going to jump straight into introductions. So let's start introducing ourselves, and then we'll do our recap. So, Captain Mark, go ahead and start us off.
Captain Mark, long time player, sometimes DM. You can find me on the Discord, Captain Mark 87, on Twitter, Captain Mark 7. Also over tomorrow night, Heroes in twitch.tv/Heroes in Theory, where I am playing a con artist in a D&D game.
Awesome. All right, Chuggy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Chuggy, playing the Nomad T-Bar. And here on Twitch, I go under Chuggy305. I stream normally on Sunday and Monday.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. And Raven, go ahead.
I'm playing your solo for this evening, Calamity. And you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, and Instagram at Doña Trece Cuervo. Thank you.
Awesome. Johnny Drop.
Hi, I'm Johnny Drop. I'll be playing your techie for the evening. You can find me at the Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord at Johnny Drop. You can also find me on Twitch at OtherSandman3096. And check out my SoundCloud at Arxon.
Awesome, thank you. Vampire Bites.
Hi, I am Vampire Bites here on our Saturday nights Nomad. I'm playing Mojo the Lawman, and you can find me on the Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord running the play-by-post, of which there are going to be a couple of seats opening up. I'll make a post on the Discord after this current run is done. Starting up on October 4th, you can find me on my own channel running a Cyberpunk alternate universe with the Probots versus the Robophobes. Turning 2 of our own people.
Awesome, awesome. I can see we got a lot of folks starting to roll in on here. So hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome all. And Violent Neon, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I am Violent Neon. You can find me here every Saturday as your driving nomad. And if not here, you can find me on Cyberpunk Uncensored's Discord at Violent Neon. Hey, everybody.
All right, thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, I am GM Capricious Nature, or just Capricious Nature, whatever you want to use. It's all good. Some people just call me Cap too. Whatever works. I am going to be running our Nomad campaign tonight. Guten Abend, Other Sandman. Good to see you in. And tonight we are going to be having a bit of a crazy session. So I need to forewarn our audience. Again, viewer discretion is advised. This episode will be containing most likely some strong language, possibly some extreme violence, and some other very unsettling things that are going to be going on. So, all of you are forewarned in our audience, as well as our players. They are already kind of aware of this. When it comes to the links that I've been dropping for everybody in our Twitch chat, you can see those popping up. It's also on the screen for our YouTube viewers. These are all the different links for every one of our players. I highly recommend you folks go on and check out their materials. As for what I've posted up, I've got a couple of links. The first one is to Outworld Sounds. They're the ones who provided our awesome intro music, as well as our bio break music, and if I can remember to click the button, some of our combat music. Patreon for Valstoys is posted up. I am going to be using some more of his maps later on, but as I've been telling my players, it's been a little difficult trying to prepare maps for our sessions because everything is super player driven and I don't know what's going to happen from session to session. So it's been a little hard keeping up with that. And then we have our supplements on cyberpunkuncensored.com. Go over there and check out the material that we've got. There is literally anything and everything that you can imagine that you could need for running a cyberpunk game, as well as in the future some upcoming excuse me, some upcoming material for other systems. And then we have our link tree on there as to my random sites. And finally, Vehicles of Red is our primary supplement that we are going to be using for this game because we are a Nomad group. Now, that all being said, sending greetings from Pittsburgh. It's also a loud room, won't be able to hear anything. I'm sorry to hear that, Apollonius. I hope you can still enjoy, possibly later on. I do seem to be having an issue right now with my OBS. It keeps pausing my video feed. I'm not sure why. Can our audience let me know if the videos are active? Because every time I seem to switch windows, it seems to be freezing up on me.
That looks like what it's doing.
So that means that I literally have to keep my Discord maximized on my screen in order to have active video feeds. That's not bueno. Okay. We'll see how well that works.
You
So
can have it maximized, but the bottom level of Windows.
That's what I've been doing,
I
and that's
probably
what's
don't need to
freezing.
actively.
That's what's been
What
freezing.
happened to that?
Yeah.
Cap, that happened to that Fallout group, remember?
Oh, right, yeah, okay. So, we are not alone in this. I'm sorry if we do have any video freeze issues.
Second monitor.
I don't have that kind of money. You want to donate one to me and send it over to Taiwan? Go for it. I'm a little tight on space and a little tight on cash for that right here. I don't really. You guys can't see behind this, but it's my leather working desk, so there's not too much space for a monitor to be set up here.
I
So
will
that
talk to you after the stream.
woo. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, with everything all out of the way in that regard, let's do a quick recap. Anybody want to give us a recap?
We got back to our Nomad camp, found everybody almost all dead. There were a few survivors. We linked up with them. Pally decided to drive back to the camp to pick some stuff up. We initially went after and were able to find out that it was all okay, just a freakout session. Domino had a heart-to-heart with Jack, of all people, and it was very heartwarming and depressing because Jack's gonna die in 5 years, and apparently Domino's not responsible for Mad Mag's death, even though he's still not sure about that. If you're curious about all that, that's a few sessions ago, and definitely watch them. And then we were able to get everything rounded up. We're getting it packed up, and we picked a new spot to set up a temporary camp to get things situated so that we can put ourselves back together. but we still don't have enough supplies, even for the smaller group that we have right now. So some of us are going to be working on getting the remaining group to that new location. And then Jack and I are playing Harold and Kumar go to Kibble Shack in Night City to pick up supplies. So this will be fun and interesting. Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, I think that pretty well summarizes it up. We got a bit of a crazy situation, and for our audience members, if you have been able to keep up with the different videos and the different posts that we put up, whether it's the VOD or the Twitch. Oh, and there's the video freezing again. Goodness. If you're able to keep up with the different sessions and stuff, you will already know all of the craziness that's happened with some player deaths already, or player death individuals so far. We've got Mad Mags passed away, and now we have Vampire Bites playing Mojo. The rest of our cast are still playing their original characters, and they are dealing with an insane situation. And up on the screen, our audience can see that we've got this wonderful little map where you have the different locations marked down all over the map of the USA. We've got the Nomad Council marked up already on there with the nice blue circle. We've got different possible attacks that were marked down on this map. We've got former campsite, current campsite, and a big question mark. This was discovered inside of the glove compartment of Bear's vehicle that Captain Mark was able to scrounge around and find. So with all of that being said, I'm going to open this back up for all of you. I'm gonna start running this on my cell phone so I don't get any more screen issues. Stick to chat only. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to start this up with our morning, I guess. So we had everybody getting some sleep and some rest. There were a couple of people that did not sleep very well through the night. That I was at the tail end one. Who was it
That's
that
me.
slept? Okay, slept like crap, and you're about to go for a drive. Good luck.
Mm.
We've got one player who slept like crap for the night. The remainder of our characters here were able to get some solid sleep, and in the morning they wake up with a couple of the survivors working on distributing some food, people slowly climbing out of their tents, trying to figure out what exactly to do as the fires finally die down from what used to be the Snake Nation camp just over the hill. The morning itself is a pretty gloomy morning. You can see that the skies are stained even more red than they normally are. The clouds have finally started to come back, but they are very wispy, and most of them are black, as they are remnants left over from at least one fire that our characters know of. The smell in the air is pretty acrid and pretty crappy at this point as well, because of the chemicals that have been burning all night just away from the campsite. And that's where our players are waking up. That's where they start off our session, as they just previously finished their conversation about what they wanted to do. So, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Let me know where you want to go and what you want to accomplish.
So I have a character knowledge question. Having been with Nomads for a while, how far did when Snake Nation pick up and move camps? The last two have been really short distance. What is a normal distance for we are relocating?
So
Not
normally
just
those,
not just we need to get away, but we're relocating.
yeah, so normally those relocations that you've experienced in the past, since Mojo has been with them for quite some time, You know that usually it's anywhere between 100 to 300 miles, simply to get as much space and kind of headway away from any possible attacks that they might be dealing with. When it comes
And
to
so
that kind of distance, it's because of different nomad groups that keep track of where people set up. It's also because of the cities themselves being able to send out AVs, and this gives that extra heads up.
since our map distance is in kilometers, what is that in kilometers? Because I cannot do
Sorry,
that conversion.
100 kilometers. My goodness, I slipped back into my American. 100 kilometers. My mistake.
Okay. Thank you.
And
So
yes,
about what?
let me shift that over as well for our audience. I don't know if they can see that right now. Our map works in specifically KM. Oh, it's not showing up for our viewers. I'm sorry, folks. A second.
So 1 hex is roughly 100 kilometers.
Yes, 1 hex is 100 kilometers.
Our camp change looks about right.
Yep.
All right, I can't really zoom it in any further before it doesn't become useful for me. But there we go. Yeah, each of our different branches. One space right here. I measured these out compared to an actual map of the U.S. and then sized out our hex grid for this. Speaking of which, I have actually totally spaced on that. I promised folks in the past that we would have a session where I jump online on my own channel and stream through the map making process. I am very sorry that I have not gotten to that. The beginning of our semester at my school has been absolutely hectic and crazy, and my weekends are frequently dominated with, oh my god, I want to sleep. So it's been kind of hard to push myself to get to streaming. So I apologize. I promise I will get that soon. Because of another campaign that will possibly be coming in about a month-ish, which I will discuss once we get closer. So yeah, 100 kilometers per tick per hexbox.
Grumbling and slightly disgruntled, Domino starts heading over to the buggy, and well, first he goes over to Mojo and he's like, "Take care of my baby. Don't break her."
I will do my best. I said I can drive. I never said I was good at it. I was thinking that would mean I went into town, but yeah, we got this.
Yeah, just be careful with her. You'll be okay.
Take her nice and easy.
Yeah, and then I'll head over to the. I'll check with Jack to make sure. Hey, are the keys in the buggy? Do you have them? Can I have them so that I can drive us? Have you decided if you're coming with or not?
He's out and he's down. And then kind of snatches him. I tell you what, because big doe-eyed country boy like you is going to get lost. I am coming with you.
Okay.
And you look rough, so let me drive and you try and get some shut eye. And he walks over to the buggy.
I think even in my state I'll be able to drive. I mean, I know you've been doing it longer and you have more experience with it. But I mean, there's been a lot of time where you haven't been on the roads and you're only recently back to it. And I think it'd be safer if I drove, even in my mildly irritated state. And I don't think you'd want, again, as the passenger, you'll have control of the radio. Whereas if I'm passenger, I'll have control.
That was never up for debate. No, that was never up for debate. But no.
Oh no! If you make me the
just flicks you the keys.
Thank you. I mean, we'd be able to listen to Samurai. You like them, right?
Overrated, but
Weren't
yeah.
weren't you like an opener for them or something back in the day? And start the buggy.
The top end to the passenger seat, I guess. Silverhand still owes me 1,000 eddies. Suppose he won't never pay up now. Never mind.
So, if you found somebody that could pay that, how much interest would that be?
I tell you what, if you can work it out on the way there, we'll look into it when we get into the city.
That's too much math. I'll drive.
All right.
And start heading towards Night City.
All right. And what are the remainder of our other players doing? Vampire. Oh my goodness, I forgot to switch over to PC names. Mojo, Calamity, Remy, and T-Bar. What are the four of you doing at this point?
So Mojo is used to barking orders even when he's not actually in charge. But he doesn't do it with a finality to the order. It's like, all right, so looks like the fires have died off enough. If anybody wants to see if there's any salvage left, take care of that as soon as you're done eating. Otherwise, pack up, load everything into the vehicles. We're going to try to get to a new camp that's a little further away from this hit. And then he'll start packing up his own stuff and getting ready to roll.
All right, so getting ready to head back into the camp.
Getting ready. He's holding his decision on whether he'll go back into the ruins for salvaging to see if anybody else does. If anybody else does, he'll go with them. But otherwise, he's just packing stuff, loading stuff up, and putting it in the 3 vehicles that we have, 2 of which are operational, so that we can head to the yellow dot.
I did actually want to go back into the camp and see specifically if I could find liquor because I forgot I'm an alcoholic now. So
Oh yeah, you got addicted to Smash.
I was
Oh,
looking at my
forgot
sheet and
about
I
that.
saw that in the notes.
Yeah, it looks like you got a couple of people joining you in on that for our chat right now. They got some people craving rum too. But okay, need to get your hands on some alcohol. Okay. Remy, Calamity.
Sounds good.
Remy's probably sort of getting a list together of supplies and whatnot if we'll need to do repairs on the AV. Kind of supervising that project.
Be confirming with Remy about the repairs on the APC. Since
APC, thank you. Sorry.
Since he's more skilled than I am at it, I'll just be assisting.
Okay. All right. Well, give me. Oh, go ahead.
Mojo will go back in with T-Bar for salvaging what we can.
Okay, so we got some folks getting ready to go back to the camp. We got some folks staying by for repairs in the APC. We've got some folks heading into the city. All right, give my brain 30 minutes to figure out how this party split came about. But all right, what I would like you guys to do right now, I'm gonna have Jack, T-Bar, and Calamity, the 3 of you. I need you 3 to roll me initiative, and we're going to see which pairs are going to go first. And hopefully I won't crash our cameras again.
Hold on a second.
No worries. And our cameras crashed. Awesome! Oh my god. Why is my computer doing this to me today?
I'm gonna drop our characters just up in the corner of the map so that you can click on it to roll your initiatives.
Oh, I thought we already had done that. My bad. Divide and conquer. That's wonderful advice. Thank you, Vampire Bites, whoever you are.
It's not letting me for some reason.
You gotta click on. You gotta select your sheet before you hit it, or your token. I mean,
Who's missing?
Okay, we've got Jack, we've got T-Bar. We're still
Jack.
missing Calamity. There we go.
Jack.
There we go. Okay.
All right, so it looks like T-Bar. So T-Bar and Mojo, folks heading back to the camp, you're going to be going first. So T-Bar, Mojo, what exactly are the two of you going to be doing? Are you going to be taking the AV? Are you going to be walking? What are you going to try to accomplish here?
if it's just over the hill, I imagine we could just walk. I mean, by over the hill, are we
Yeah.
talking miles over the hill, or?
No. So this is, if you remember, it was about like a minute or 2 minutes away by driving.
Actually, I better bring the AV just in case we do find something big.
Okay. All right. Give me one moment since I can't run this on my screen without my feed dying. I need to pull up my generators and stuff on my cell phone. Go. And poof. All right, so Mojo, are you going to be going with T-Bar, and are you going to be bringing anybody with?
Well, so I don't know if any of the civilians, for lack of a better term, are planning on just doing the packing, or if any of them wanted to come back into the ruins to salvage or not. But since at least one person said they're going in, Mojo is going in with them.
Okay. Yeah, so in this regard, it is just the two of you. The two of you are heading out. It's still pretty early in the morning. A lot of the folks are feeling like crap. As we mentioned at the end of last session, most people, even with blankets, even with sleeping bags, even with tents, they did not sleep well. A lot of them are still dealing with trauma and shock. And Kali is doing her absolute best to try and well, mitigate that issue. But it is not something that just gets erased overnight. And so the
Yep.
two of you head in pretty much alone. And as the AV takes off a little bit higher, you can see Domino and Jack. They are already on their way towards the city. You can see them pulling out with a small dust trail coming behind them. The two of you head over in this AV above that hill and get over to the former campsite. You can see that there are only small patches of remaining fire, very minimized at this point, since most of since most of the fire was chemical. It's not really exactly items or objects that are on fire. It's these small little pools left over. Now you guys get over to this area, and as you're getting over, you can hear pretty quietly in the distance some thunder cracks. And you can see that there's some incoming clouds coming over from the city. And as you guys are getting closer, you can also see that there are some tents, there are some items still left scattered around the area, some boxes that you have a chance to try and scrounge through. So T-Bar, I'm assuming that you would want to land in this area or no?
Yes.
Okay. Wilderness survival.
to anticipate how much time we have. If that's going to turn into a rager or a big dust storm, and we
Gotcha.
need to be sheltered or not, how much time do we have?
So it definitely looks like incoming rain. You guys probably still have another hour or so. So a little bit of time. AKA, there's no big rush on checking out the camp, but there is some incoming. Now, the two of you land, and you start looking around. What you see are the burned remains of, as I mentioned before, some tents that were left over. There's, of course, some cars and vehicles that have been completely burned out. The plastic, the glass, everything just kind of melted away to what's left of these metal frames. There's, of course, what used to be some weapons that are scattered around as well, but due to the heat, the ammunition went off, and so those weapons were mostly destroyed due to misfiring of that ammunition. But you are able to find some boxes and some stuff in the area. So I would like to ask you guys, do you want to run conceal reveal, or you can run perception checks, and you can try and check out what you discover left over at the camp.
I have the same base for both.
Then you can choose either.
I think I will go with. Yeah, I think I will go with conceal reveal.
Okay. All right. So Mojo, as you are searching around, you're able to find a couple of crates that are stacked up behind what used to be one of the Nomad vehicles. And you open this crate up, you can hear it creak as you open it, and inside of it you actually find a pretty decent amount of things that are left in there. You discover 13 eddies. You find a unfired road flare that's still functional. You find 3 days worth of kibble. So it looks like somebody had tried to pack this box up and get it ready into their vehicle before the fire had spread to this area, and they had not successfully gotten out. And as you dig a little bit further into it, you also find a set of 2 glow sticks and a small radio scanner. And T-Bar, go ahead.
Is the box in good enough shape?
The box is burned up and pretty well damaged. So you can try pocketing these, or you can put them into the trunk of T-Bar's car.
I'll put them in my carry-all.
Okay. And T-Bar, you can make your choice on whether you want to do perception.
I guess I'll do perception since he did conceal reveal.
Okay.
I still have the -2 on there, so that's a 13. I need to take that off.
We also still have some plus 2s.
And there's at least one plus chat. 2.
Now, as
Apollonius dropped one just as you started.
As I mentioned before, I've got some issues with the screen freezing, so ladies and gentlemen, I apologize right now as I come over here and check so I can see how many we've got. 7 days ago? No. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 plus 2s. 4 plus 2s. Stinky Palm coming in. I love that name. Oh, what's going on here? What's happening? I'm very confused.
No, Donya just dropped another one. Raven just dropped another one.
Oh my goodness.
We're up
Okay.
to 5.
I think we need to put some sort of moratorium on player added +2s. That seems like cheating to me.
I actually agree, and it's because of that if the next upcoming +2 is one that the player dropped themselves, they are not allowed to use it. So I do not use player dropped +2s for their own PC. But either way, the person who dropped this one is Apollonius. So Apollonius, you are our first +2 for the day, so thank you very much. And T-Bar, you're able to get, what would that be? 11 plus 2 is 13, plus another 2 will be a 15. So you find, as you are looking around, you find a collapsed tent. And inside of that collapsed tent, you're able to get apart the burned cloth and plastic from the top, and you find a partially damaged hairdryer, a marker box, so it's a box of like Crayola markers, and a car tire that they've been placed into. Somebody trying to save their possessions, I guess, inside of this tire. And that's what you find.
All right.
If you
I
want any
will.
of that, you can add that into your inventory, or you can leave it alone.
No, I will just kick the tire and then leave.
All right.
Grab that hair dryer. They might be able to. They might be able to, take it apart for parts. They might be able to use that to help them fix some other shit.
A hairdryer?
I just randomly throw it towards Mojo.
Wires.
I'm not gonna carry it.
All right, and for both of you, I will
It's
allow
got
you.
Is there
wires,
anywhere
right?
in the camp where I think somebody might have stashed like smash or alcohol or
All right, so you
drugs
want
of
to
some sort?
specifically search for it. So for that, I need you to give me a conceal reveal.
And I will use 3 luck on it.
3 luck. Oh my God! All right, he's in desperate needs. Second.
17.
17. All right, and we can use another +2, or do you not want to?
Yeah, I'll use one.
All right, this one comes from Vampire Bites, that random stranger dropping advice in chat and +2s, I guess. So with 17, 18, 19. All right, so where you are at, you're able to go over and find where they often cook and prep food. You assume that this is where they would have some food stored. This is where you might also assume that they would have some liquor stored. And you find the following. You find one of the radios that they frequently would listen to. You discover, what would that be? $30 in Eurobucks in cash.
Okay.
You also discover 2 days worth of kibble and 1 can of Smash.
I will crack it open and drink it immediately.
Success.
Yeah, you crack this open. You ignore the fact that it's still warm to the touch, and you just down it, and you get a very very interesting mixture of synthetic beer mixed with heated chemical compounds that have been surrounding it for the night and cooking it very thoroughly. Definitely doesn't have any bacteria in there, but it definitely does not taste pleasant.
But I will take the food stuff and radio.
Okay. Now with this, I'm gonna need you to roll me a resist torture and drugs.
Am I gonna get more addicted?
No, it is to find out if you are going to be dealing with any side effects from drinking it. DV 15. All right, 17. All right, you are able to resist. So what happens for our audience, in case you are curious, when you use a drug or you use alcohol or anything along those lines, there's primary and secondary effects. The secondary effect is the DV you have to roll against, and if he failed it, um, he would have a -2 to dance, contortionist, conversation, human perception, persuasion, and acting. Pretty much all of the positives that he would normally get. Instead, he gets a negative to all of them. This also occurs for the player when they are in withdrawals. So, fun stuff. Drinking the alcohol serves no purpose, but you are good. So yeah, you found that smash. You found some food. You get back over to Mojo, or do you take it over to the AV?
Um, I'll give it to Mojo.
Okay. And Mojo, you've got your next check on here. I'm going to allow you to do one more. You can do perception or conceal reveal.
Oh, let's hit up that perception this time.
Okay. Video is going to freeze. It is a wonderful +2 from somebody named Violent Neon. So thank you, Violent Neon. All right, so you got a 20. As you are searching around, you find a 12-pack of Smash. You also find or you find them all in a plastic bag that has only been slightly melted. And you find a set of metal hangers. So it seems like this was like somebody's staging area where somebody was trying to store some stuff. So inside this plastic bag, you've got a bunch of beer and you've got a set of hangers.
I'll go over to Mojo and be like, "Hey, I'll give you 20 eddies for those smashes."
Just stay cognizant when we need you cognizant. I don't care what you do in your free time.
And then I'm just gonna
We
take the
just
smashes and be like, "All right, I'm going back to the AV."
My purpose here is served. All right, yeah.
Let's head out then. Yep, we'll head back.
You think
to
there's
the
anything
campground.
else here? I mean, we might score another hairdryer. I don't think that's gonna help you though.
Look, we don't have any supplies at all right now except for the food and the medicine. Anything that our technicians can use to repair that APC is going to be useful.
Should we
I'm
try
grabbing
to
these
strip,
stupid.
see if we could strip any parts from these cars? You know anything about cars?
Nope, that's why I'm grabbing metal hangers and broken hair dryers. If I knew about cars, I'd know whether or not they were any good.
I know a little bit about planes, but I don't know. I'll take a look and see if maybe there's something in the cars that we could use. Steering wheel or something.
Anything that those techs can use is going to be useful.
I will
Got nothing
go.
right now except for the bare hands.
I will go to the cars and pretend like I know what I'm talking about and look at stuff to see if anything stands out that I might be able to take out of there parts wise, out of these burned out cars.
From the burned out cars, no. You find virtually nothing of any remote use. You find clumps of burned plastic, uh, pieces of melted glass, of course, like paint chips that have come off. Some were fire retardant somehow, and they are now just chips on the ground. But no.
What about are any of the bodies recognizable? Should we do a burial, or did this do a good enough job that it's not worth it?
So yeah, as you guys are going around, that was actually the last thing I was going to wrap up with while you guys were heading back to the AV. As you guys are heading around, you do notice around you is the fact that most of what is left over are simply the things that were fire resistant or could deal with that constant onset of heat for hours and hours and hours, such as some things that were metals or possibly plasteel. And you realize that you don't see much to anything left over of people. Uh, when it comes down to it, what's left over may have been powderized, it may have been completely burned, or it may have been blown away. But there's not much anything left of what used to be this Snake Nation, or this Snake Nation. Camp of a couple hundred people is left over to a couple of charred remains, and that's it.
take a couple of whatever the closest equivalent I can find to or whatever, like 2x4s or lead pipes or whatever, and drive one into the ground and make a cross.
Okay.
I'll wrap it with one of the wire hangers.
Yeah, you're able to go over to one of the vehicles. You're able to find some leftover parts that it was being repaired with, and you make a cross with one of the hangers, pound it into the ground. Now, as the two of you climb back into the AV and you take off, what you do notice underneath you is that as you get higher and higher and higher, you're able to see what look like stains on the ground. What's left over of either the chemicals or the fats or what was left of the folks that had not been completely vaporized from the fires. But outside of that, the fires are almost completely gone. So is everything else. And the two of you head back to the camp. Now, with that little little chunk of depression out of the way, we've got our crazy nomad and our crazy rocker boy heading into the city. So we've got Jack and we've got Domino. Are the two of you ready to go?
Yep.
Yeah, leave a weapon, Cyberpunk. Let's do it.
Soylent clouds are people. Ugh. You are eating their remains as you breathe. Yeah, as you guys are driving and driving and driving, you are a couple hours away from the city. So it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours back into the city. And as you are driving in, you also hear those thunderclaps. You see those clouds slowly rolling in, and then you start getting some raindrops on your windshield. Bloop, bloop. And as they are
Wipers.
landing on your windshield, yeah, you turn on your wipers, and you can see that the smear left behind them is kind of green, and what's left over from it is something that you might recognize. So give me wilderness and survival. Both of you can.
Okay. Oh. 20's misbehaving. Hang on a minute.
Subtract 10, -4. Jack Holmes has a negative understanding of nature. It's all a simulation, man. It's not real. It's in your head.
That's about right. That's about right. Yeah.
Domino, you are able to successfully identify what it is, though, as Jack's sitting there staring. It's the Matrix. What's on and smeared on your windshield, you can also see is slowly eating away at the paint on the front of your vehicle as it dawns into you that what is coming down is a mixture of acid rain and the leftovers of what is probably some radioactive material.
Oh shit. So draining acid.
No, I like that one. I'm gonna write that one down. And he points out a notepad. Like,
Yep.
his guitar, which is like on the back seat. Raining
So,
acid, right?
beyond
What's that metaphor? What's that metaphor for?
No, it's quite
Which I get.
literally raining acid.
What?
Look what's happening to the paint on the front of the car.
This is where I have to ask you guys a question, though. Are you in Domino's car, or are you in the dune buggy that has no top and no outside chassis?
We're in the dune buggy.
Yeah, it's the buggy.
Shit.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. You can see that the paint is eating away, and both of you are starting to feel very, very hot as this stuff starts landing on your hat, your head, your arms. And
Look to see if.
Go ahead.
Look to see if Bear had a tarp in here. Quickly, now, quick!
Yeah,
Check in the trunk.
I'll do that. Is there a tarp in the back?
Roll me a luck check,
Oh, yeah. It's my best stat. All right.
because normally Kumas do not have tops. What's your luck stat?
Two.
There is no tarp. So, what is acid rain? This is coming from the absolutely wonderful Cyberpunk Uncensored weather supplement. Acid rain ablates armor by 1 SP per hour that you spend in it, and your car will need a new paint job. Now, one thing that is not added to this is the issue of the fact that there is some radioactive fallout coming down in these, in which you also will be reducing, just like Fallout 2D20, your maximum HP,
Nice.
1 per hour that you are exposed to it.
Okay. Find some cave or something that we can pull into. There must be.
Perception?
Roll me a
Want to
perception
see
check.
if there's an... Yeah.
So as you are driving in, you're noticing that there are some leftover, not caves, but there are some like old buildings that have been kind of abandoned by the wayside. You're still technically out in the Badlands. You haven't entered the full city yet, but you're only about 45 minutes to an hour outside of the city itself. So
Look
if you
for one
look
that can
at
fit
our
this,
map
yes.
here, you went from the green dot to being right about here. So you're just outside of Night City on this highway.
Okay. Then yeah, find a place that looks abandoned and maybe has a garage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a luck check to see if it's actually abandoned or not. There might actually be somebody in there. What's your luck
I have a
luck
4, I
stat?
think.
Okay,
I
cool.
think it's a 4.
Yeah, so
Yes.
you're able to pull off. And for those of you who are interested, I'm currently using the Badlands generator, the Badlands reveals. That is among the perchance generators that I've linked earlier. So you're able to find an old vehicle mechanics shop. It seems to be partially burned down. The walls and the ceiling are partially collapsed in, but there is still some of the ceilings left. There's 4 different entrances that you can see. So there's 2 doors up in the front. There's 2 doors in the side where there's that overhang where you would have the vehicle. And there seems to be the front doors are blocked, so the side doors might be open. When you look closely, you can see that there are a couple of windows that are there that look like they have been boarded up, but a very, very long time ago. And you pull up to this building.
Yep. Jack, you want to hop out and check one of the doors and see if it'll open so I can pull in?
Oh, yeah, pop out and run over kind of in the rain and do so.
Yeah, so you pull up and you don't have to jump out into the rain. You pull in into that under or that overhang. I don't know what that's called. Is
It's
that the right
overhang
word?
that was open. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So it pretty much would just be like an overhang. That's where they'd have like the gas pump and some of the mechanics tools and stuff set out. And you pull into that area, and the building itself looks to be derelict. It looks like, as I said, it was partially burned down. Then it may have become a migrant area, and then it was just straight up abandoned. You can see that there are some old like car chassis outside. There's some debris and there's some stones sitting around, as well as some shattered glass from one of the windows. But there's nobody else there.
Well, I think we're going to be here for a minute, so let's see if we can find anything that's salvageable that can maybe be used for the APC or repair vehicles, or maybe a tarp that we could use for the rest of the drive if we have to.
That'll just chew through the top. We need something a bit heavier, but
Maybe there's like a chemical. I don't know. I'm saying that we should probably explore, see what we can find here, if anything. I mean, we got time to kill, right?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
great.
you have a limited amount of time,
All
but
right,
I mean,
don't,
5 years.
we
Yeah.
don't have to get soppy about it, mate. It's fine, right? Just, I'd appreciate it if you kept it to yourself.
Okay,
That's
I
all.
was I was gonna ask. I wasn't. I haven't told anybody yet, and I wasn't sure. We can. Well, yeah. I won't say anything.
Nah, I don't need to be anybody's sob story or charity case, mate. I know it'll be fine. Look, hey, Jack, very quickly wanting to change the subject, pulls his agent out to try and get a signal now that we're nearer to Night City.
Yeah, you try taking out your agent, and you want to check to see if it's working, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you take out your agent and you power it up, and as it turns on, you get the normal screen, the normal turn on screen, and very briefly you see one bar flash up on the top, and then your entire screen seems to be taken over. And on that screen, you see what literally displays says "State of Emergency, Stay Indoors," and you just see that flashing on your screen.
Okay. Is it any indication of where that message is coming from?
Yeah, so as you continue reading it, you can see on there that it specifically says state of warning, stay indoors, this is not a drill. And on the very bottom, you can see a couple of different names appended to the bottom. It says Night City Council, NCPD, and Medicorp.
Now, that's took it, but
You have a signal yet?
come and have a look at this domino. Yeah, kind of
Okay. Yeah.
shows you the screen, so you now have seen it as well.
Holy shit! And Metacore? How the? What the hell is this, man?
How long are you unconscious for?
Huh? I don't. A few hours? Maybe overnight? Barely?
Because I wouldn't have heard anything about them in the city beforehand. I'm assuming. Like you haven't told me anything above game about it. So.
Well, you weren't involved in any form of politics, so
Okay.
you wouldn't have been involved with that.
How the hell does a nomad group that doesn't exist or hasn't existed for, well, since you were middle aged, exist? Let alone have ties with Night City Council and PD. What the hell is going on, man?
Don't bode well. We should be careful. Low profile.
Yeah.
There's only, off the top of my head, there's only one place I can think of. The court wouldn't dare to set foot into and I get in any trouble. I'll have to think about it, but let's concentrate on one thing at a time. Let's get the car sorted first.
Yeah. Let's salvage, see what we can find here, and then we definitely got to be even more careful heading into Night City now. If all of Night City's linked up with Metacore and they're the ones that bombed us, it's going to be dangerous as hell for us to go there. I mean, we need supplies, but hell, we're in a mechanic shop. Let's see what we can salvage here. And I'll start digging for something to help, like a chemical resistant tarp or some stuff for the buggy, but also look to see if there's any tools or car parts that maybe will be salvageable to you. And I know this place has been abandoned, but
you know your stuff, right? So if you
Yeah.
can just get out same bit of paper that he was like trying to write the song on earlier on. Just sort of doodle on there the symbols that I should be looking for, because I ain't got a Scooby.
Okay, yeah. And I start jotting down some look for these shape pieces.
Yeah, but like also like what it means is like the check the label for symbols of chemicals, because then you'll know, okay, that's what we need for, you were talking about chemical retardant stuff, so
yeah.
All right, yeah, the two of you start looking around.
Research.
And you're gonna do what?
I guess research. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Do you continue trying to look around on your cell phone, or you just turning that off, putting it away?
Um, I would probably attempt to get it to do anything other than that alert screen that it flicked to.
Yeah, so you try clicking the different buttons on it, trying to swipe the different things. You try to go to the home screen, it stays on that warning. You try to exit, it stays on the warning. You try the volume buttons, and as you start turning up the volume, you hear that weather siren, like the like the weird noise that they always put on the emergency alerts. And the power button just turns off the screen.
Perhaps
Jack.
we can find. Perhaps
Hey,
we can
Jack,
find a
look what I
runner
found.
to sort this out. What?
Think this'll work? There wasn't a symbol on it, but how do I look?
Well, you'll have perfectly fine eyes, but I don't think it's doing much for the rest of you.
Right.
Right,
So save this for really, really red sunny days. Got it.
Yeah,
I'll
good
continue
idea.
digging.
Jack's now thinking that maybe they find a runner when they get into Night City to hack his agent, but yeah, you can only all he can do now is search for the stuff that Domino's sort of giving him the breadcrumbs for. So.
Okay, yeah, you guys start looking around, and you do find a couple of different pieces across the shop, and you're able to find what's probably very generously described as a rag top that could be put onto the dune buggy. And go ahead and roll me a vehicle tech check. See if you can get this
I can do
strapped down and
that.
put on correctly.
I'll put a point of luck into this.
Okay. All right. You're able to get that strapped down and put onto the vehicle correctly. And you also know, as you are doing this, that this is only a very, very brief stopgap measure to solve the situation. It may not be a permanent fixture, and it may not even last all too long, but it will protect you for the time being.
Again,
Yeah.
not just gonna jump and try to drive. You said we're still about 45 minutes away
45 minutes to an
from
hour,
it
yeah.
to an hour. Yeah, I not wanting to risk us or the buggy. Want to wait to see if it starts abating a little bit since we're relatively safe in here. But this way we'll have that in case it picks back up, or if we hit like an eye of the storm thing where it abates for a little bit and then we can drive. It will maybe get us the rest of the way into Night City. And see if there's anything else that we can find in the shop. Maybe a hidden door, a supply stash, because you said it's kind of derelict and run down. Maybe somebody was using it as a go-between place.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead and roll me conceal reveal. Both of you, please. Or you can do perception check, your call.
Oh, if I can do perception, I'd rather do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
9. Do you want to use a +2?
No, I will not.
Okay.
But
Jack,
Jack
do you want to
should.
use a +2?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, so this +2 has been provided to you by Stinky Palm. Thank you, Stinky Palm.
Thank you very much.
Still love that screen name. So let's pull this up. So you've got perception. That'll be a 16, 17, 18. As you are searching around, you are able to find. Goodness gracious. You're able to find a baseball glove, a broken baseball bat, a face mask. So one of those like what are those called? Like dust masks that they use, like
The
mechanical work.
catcher's thing.
No. Like dust mask for like industrial use.
Yeah.
And you find a cracked wristwatch. Outside of that, what you discover are the leftovers of some torn cloth or clothing that have been left there. They're probably rags that somebody had either slept in or under, hopefully not worn. And you're able to find a plastic blue tarp that you could use to reinforce the ragtop.
Yeah, okay, we'll try and do so with the
Yep.
blue tarp.
And
And
that's
I
what
think
you're
we
able
should
to
also
find.
take the rags.
As for Domino, you find a a broken audio cassette.
I will keep it.
Okay.
Broken audio cassette.
Yep. You want to give me a another perception check really quick, see if you can identify who it was.
Sure.
You're able to see that the audio cassette, it looks like it's been there for quite some time. It is from one of the Samurai albums.
It's just rubbing today in your face.
Hold on, what one is it?
It looks like
It looks to be about
it's
like
it's got
50
that
or
one
60 years
song.
old, so around like 2000, 2010.
It's got that song talking about chips.
Uh,
The
Yeah.
Frito-Lay song. I remember that one.
Yeah. How you put them in stuff.
oh, yeah.
Wait,
I
wait
just
a minute.
cycled it on the radio at the time, did me bloody head in. It's fine. Well, we got this tarp. You pulls the blue plastic up.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I'll I'll get inside and I'll start jerry rigging it to try to get it to a little bit tighter and to strap it down a little better.
All right. Now you've already given me a vehicle tech check. What I'd like you to do is please roll me a luck check.
Oh, good.
Better you than me on that, man.
Not by much. Yep. Nope.
All right. So, well, no. So this is how long your tarp and your rag top will last out in the rain
Oh wait.
uncovered.
So
It'll be for
was this
6 hours.
okay? Oh, that works then. Cool.
And Vampire bites because he decided he just had to give that oh so wonderful punology. Vampire, go ahead and roll me a roll me a 1d10. All right. So the rains are going to be lasting. If you want to drive out into them, you can. Otherwise, the rains are going to be lasting about 5 hours.
Well, it hasn't abated, but we have protection now at least. I'm game if you are. We can find a place to cover. Do you know do you remember some place that might be safe in Night City for us to go to check out to pick up the supplies that we need?
If we're going into there, we need to avoid the court, especially
Yeah.
with what we just see.
Well,
There's
I'll go ahead
only
and take off my anything that registers as Snake Nation.
yeah. Well, there's only one place that I know in Night City where the courts don't dare to step foot in there. But
Okay.
it's the same place I OD'd, so we're gonna have to be careful.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. You can note this down as a little bit of history, son. We're about to pay a visit to Afterlife.
The after. Okay.
I'm a famous rock star after all.
Fair. Oh. Wow.
All right. Well, yeah, we can find whatever we need there, pretty much. So,
Got
let's
it.
get to
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Just I'll drive and you point me in the direction of where we're going, and I'll make sure I'll do my best that we don't get noticed. I mean, we are driving. I think we made this look a little bit more ramshackle with the jury rig tent, so hopefully they won't think that we're nomads, but maybe just people that own a crappy dune buggy.
In the city, they'll just see it as some sort of fashion statement. You'll be fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
Well, Domino,
Wow, Apple.
I always forget. I think it's concentration. Give me a concentration check. I think concentration is what's used for like memory and stuff.
I think it can be either concentration or deduction.
Concentration. Base 10, you've got a pretty solid memory.
Oh.
Encompasses feats of memory, recall, and psychological control. All right. So you know that you are actually kind of lucking out with this acid rain, because with the acid rain as it is very likely that by driving the rest of that distance into Night City, that the markings and stuff from Snake Nation that are on the outside of this dune buggy are going to be burned off by the acid rain. It's going to be
Yeah.
washed away. So if you decide to drive through the acid rain, it should remove the remainder of that paint that's been painted on. But it's also one of the last remaining things that Bear had himself painted.
It's worth the sacrifice, and we have the car itself, which I know Bear worked on in and out. And again, this is more of an homage for Jack than it is for me, because I don't have anything for Mama Snyder. So
Yeah, so you guys roll out and start heading in towards the city then,
Yeah.
after taking off your Snake Nation stuff.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You start heading in towards the city, and you make that last hour. You're able to get there without too much incidents. You're able to keep the tarp on, kind of like holding down a strap and like duct taping something and making sure that it's all staying there. But you're able to get through without taking any further damage. The vehicle itself is getting pretty disgusting. This acid rain has kind of eaten away all of the paint. So the previous paint job that Bear had put on himself and had worked very laboriously on is now getting literally washed away like a power washer. The actual vehicle itself is also seems to be taking a little bit of damage from this acid rain, as the paneling on it seems to get eaten away a little bit, and the tires seem to be not as steady as they were previously. And so, Domino, what I would like you to do while you're driving this vehicle, you're going to just mark this down on your sheet or wherever. You're going to be taking a -2 to any driving checks for this vehicle.
Okay. -2 for Doom Buggy.
Yep. Now, as you are approaching the city, you're able to see through this acid rain. It's not like it's pouring down; it's just coming down. But you're able to see that the city itself, as you're getting closer and closer and closer, it looks to be off, like powered off. What's normally a very bright, radiant, neon-soaked city with constant advertisements and these massive skyscrapers filled with lights, everything is dark. Everything. There are no light sources coming out of the city itself, and it simply paints a black silhouette across the sky itself. These lights are not only off, but you can also see that the only light that is being radiated by the city seems to be coming from several small fires that are taking place in different locations across that skyline of splattered across city. And so you can see some small fires still going even in this rain, and you can see smoke rising up from different points in the city. And that's where we're going to be taking our pause and switching over to Remy and Calamity. So, Remy and Calamity, the two of you have decided to stay back and work on that APC, right? Or what are you trying to accomplish? What are you guys trying to get done with it?
I'm just checking with Remy to see what in his professional opinion, the amount of work that it's going to take us and the amount of parts, the extent of the damage.
Yeah, Calamity, this it's pretty banged up. I mean, it's gonna take like at least a week to get it up and running. In the meantime, I'm gonna try and do what repairs I can do with the materials we have.
Yeah.
Well,
So, oh, go ahead.
well, I'm here to help. Um, See if we can make this go faster. Maybe while we're working, I could pitch a couple of ideas, cybernetic upgrade ideas to you, and you can kind of direct me how I can do it, how I can work those out myself.
Well, I don't see why not.
Awesome, splendid.
Yeah. So, on here is the two of you are starting to work on it. Remy, go ahead and roll me a luck check. $11. Should be a 1d10.
Okay.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that. Roll me a 1d10 and let me know if it's under your luck. There we go. I know what I'm doing is a little bit different than what the Roll20 system is designed for on here.
Is that slash roll?
Yeah, so it's going to be / roll 1d10. Ah, a 1.
Oh yeah.
So you're able to take a stab at this pretty well. You're able to get into the vehicle and start rummaging around inside. You're able to get to that hole that's been blasted down into the console itself. And as you are poking around inside of it, you realize that um, this hole blasted into the console doesn't completely wipe out the vehicle. It's not completely destroyed. It's something that if you were to work with Calamity, you could actually get this done in a day or maybe even less if you have the right materials. And so, yeah, what are you going to try and do?
Hot dang, Calamity. Doesn't look as
Let's
bad
get
as
to
I
work.
thought it was. We might be able to get this up and running pretty quick. But I'm definitely going to need your hand on this. Good learning opportunity for you too.
Exactly. Let's get this done.
All right, yeah. So, Remy, the reason that you realize uh, most people had said, "Oh, this is destroyed. It's not going to work," is because nobody that had tried their hand at it was a tech. This is something that you literally specialize in. It's not just the vehicle; it's the actual technology of the vehicle. It's the electrical wiring, it's the systems, and all of that. So you're able to realize that, hey, this can actually get done. This is doable. And from here, what I'm going to need you guys to do, we're going to be doing an assist on this. For those of you that have the core rulebook and have the vehicles of red, in the core rulebook on page 140, we have our page for vehicle and item repair. Now, what's happened to this vehicle is not destroyed because that would require all of the HP of the vehicle to have been removed completely, which it did not experience, but it did receive major damage. So the DV for this repair is actually fairly simple. It's only a DV 13, and it should only take a maximum of 1 day. Vampire Bites is sitting there like, oh my god, really? As he probably remembers, when that grenade went off, it did major damage, but it didn't wreck the vehicle. It wasn't destroyed. So, there's a win. Yay. hopefully, if we can get that DV checked. So what's going to happen for our DV? If you look on page number 9 inside of the Vehicles of Red, a vehicle can only be returned to operation if the appropriate vehicle tech skill is used. The instructions for that are on page 140. And when it comes to trying to repair all of this is something that a tech, of course, gets a huge bonus to. So what I would like you to do is please, I would like first and foremost Calamity to roll a vehicle tech check and see if you are able to give a helping hand with finding the parts, the needed parts to get this done. Hot damn, yes. All right, so you are able to give a successful assisting hand to Remy, and Remy, go ahead and roll your vehicle tech check. Or vehicle, yeah, land vehicle tech. Holy God, a 27. Okay, so we have this knocked out of the park, ladies and gentlemen. Remy and Calamity are in the zone. So Remy, you're able to finally see this damage itself. People had just told you before, like, hey, it's not turning on, it's not running. You're able to actually get into the guts of this console and this vehicle and actually get a stab at fixing this thing. And you realize it's not as bad as you had previously anticipated, but you were just missing some parts. As you were going through this stuff, stripping out the damaged pieces, you were telling Calamity, hey, I need this, I need that, and Calamity was going out and grabbing that for you from the limited supplies that T-Bar and Mojo were able to bring back, and the other survivors were able to scavenge as well. And for this, let's see if I included this or not, because there should...
See, that hair dryer came in handy.
Yeah. Customization, upgrades, vehicle tech skill. Because I'm not sure if I added it into here. Give me 1 second. I had a homebrew. I think I left the homebrew out inside the Vehicles of Red. Yeah. So originally I had a homebrew that was designed that if you get over a certain point or a certain number, it'll actually reduce the overall time. But I guess I scrapped that because it was not core. But you guys were able to get this done. Lots and lots and lots of work on it, but you were able to get it done within the span of that day as long as the two of you stay focused on it. And T-Bar and Mojo, you two arrive. They take that hairdryer from you, so yes, it comes in handy. Even the hangers come in handy, as well as some of the other random stuff that had been scavenged and left behind. And they continue on their work. So what are the four of you guys going to be doing?
Watching them work and drinking some Smash.
Okay. You want to roll me another resist torture and drugs?
I'm gonna roll this every time I drink one.
That's how the mechanics work for it. So yeah. Just give me one for right now though, because you're just doing a sit down session, I'm assuming. You got it. You're fine. So it's DV15. You're okay. I mean, your resist torture and drugs is what? It's a 5, so you're pretty much set. So you're able to sit down and literally just recline into the back of Domino's car that he left behind. You're able to recline back, open up a can of Smash, and just drink as you watch Remy and Calamity tearing out stuff, throwing it out, bringing other pieces in. Mojo, what are you up to?
Mojo is going to assist with the current packing up. Or no, because we're going to have to set back up again. If they're going to take today to fix it, we will leave instead of to the yellow. No. We'll see if they get back. So he's planning. He's helping set up the temporary camp again and planning.
So give me a concentration check, please. All right. You're able to kind of remember that yes, the red dot down at the bottom, the red dot was the former campsite that got attacked. The yellow dot that's on that map is also a former campsite that you guys had been at before.
No,
Wasn't that?
the yellow dot is
No.
the one that we were planning on going to. That was the new place that we were going to set up at the end of last session.
I thought that was going
But
to be the blue
no, we
light blue.
decided not to go to
That's
the question mark because that was what was on Bear's map, and we don't know if that was
Right.
found or not,
Oh, okay.
if that was compromised.
Okay.
The two red dots are former campsites.
Yeah. Okay. Then scratch that. Sorry, I misspoke. Thank you very much, Tyler. So yeah, the yellow dot was a possible future campsite that had not been scouted out yet. So you and your the other folks had not headed out there in the past to check this out because that was part of your job as the lawman of the Snake Nation was to help check out and vet these different sites. This is a location that you never made it out to, so you do not know what is there, if it's even viable or not. And that's what you are contemplating as you plan this out.
I look over at our pilot who's drinking and say, "We're small enough. We'll have to scout it when we get there."
I just shrug and try to see if I could get any of the radio stations in Domino's cars to work.
You start flipping that dial around. Give me a 1d10 check. What's your luck?
6.
Okay. You continue flipping around, and then you get through, and eventually you're able to kind of pick up a very faint signal. You're not exactly sure what's coming through it. Are you just gonna continue trying to tune it?
No, I'll smack on the hood a little bit, see if that helps to make it come in. Just, pound on the hood. Or not the hood, but the dashboard, whatever it's called.
Okay.
I've seen Remy work on stuff. It worked
Yeah.
for him, so.
And I'm very, very sorry, Domino, but Mojo doesn't realize that that's not taking care of your baby because people do that all the time. I'm not stopping him.
From smacking on the dashboard.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to destroy the dashboard, just
Yeah. I know Domino would be having a fit if he was here, but Mojo doesn't.
Mojo doesn't really care. It's all right. So yeah,
There's that too.
you smack on the dashboard, trying to get the electronics inside to work with just brute sheer force. And luckily, with that too, you were able to eventually get it to put out a nice clear signal. This is what you hear coming through the radio itself, is this weather warning, just like had been heard on Devilish Jack Holmes's cell. You're hearing this coming in through the speaker system, and it is loud. Everybody around the vehicle is now hearing that weather alarm going off.
Well,
guys, I think something's going on.
yeah, we saw the incoming rain. I didn't know it was gonna be acid rain or whatever. So let's get this. Let's get what we can under the covers and tarp up. And
Do we have covers?
we've got these 2 vehicles that our people fit in. 3 vehicles. All of them are enclosed. I think this is what we got for now.
Do I know if the vehicle would be? Does it actually damage the vehicle itself being out in the acid rain?
So the acid rain, according to Cyberpunk Uncensored, so that would be Rob, his supplement that he made. It damages the player SP by 1 per hour that it is exposed, but that is just acid rain. What you guys are experiencing is a mixture of acid and fallout, and the two of those will be damaging as well the vehicle's SP of 1 per hour.
See, I don't know. We
SDP.
might want to get these vehicles inside somewhere.
Mojo just scans around. Inside what? Where?
Well, you can stay down
Getting
here.
Getting us inside the vehicles is the best bet.
I'm going to
Getting
take
as
a
many
look
people-
around.
Getting your AV up in the air above the clouds, if you want to do that, that's going to be better for, at least we have one vehicle that's not damaged at all, but other than that, I don't see much choice here.
Let me see if there's something around here that we can get everyone to. Maybe I could see something better from the air.
Hold on 1 second. I don't know if I'm blind or something. 1 second. Artel Sorian retweeted our gameplay? What?
Sweet. They do that from time to time. Yep.
I don't have Twitter. I don't know these things.
Yeah, they're pretty supportive
Yeah.
of the community as a whole. Yeah,
Yeah.
I ran a
When it's
one
tagged
shot
as-
on my stream last year and they retweeted it. So yeah, they're good. Good guys, thanks, Artel. Sorry, appreciate it.
We owe them a thank you.
I have some extreme goosebumps right now. That is a mixture of terrifying and awesome. Thank you, Artel Sorian Games. I appreciate the support and holy shit. Yeah, cool. Thanks, folks. That's awesome. I did not know that Artel Sorian did that. As I said, I don't have Twitter and I'm not really on social media all too much, so it's kind of mind blowing for me.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. But yeah, so Mojo T-Bar, there's nothing that you can really enclose your vehicle in. There's no buildings around. What had been was the Snake Nation, and they are literally the epitome of nomads. They live out of tents and stuff. They don't have
What I meant was, can I go take my AV into the air and see if I can spot something
Overhangs.
not too far?
Ravines with.
Right.
Yeah. Overhangs, ravines with.
Like, I just want to go up in the air, maybe take a quick flight around, and if I can't find anything, I can't find anything, but I just wanted to give a look.
Well, yeah, you jump into your AV. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I was actually going to suggest to them that I've been drinking, that maybe somebody else might want to take a look, because my perception's not all that great. But I'll do it myself.
I'll go up with
I'm a little busy in here.
Yeah, Remy and Calamity are very busy.
We're arms deep in work.
That's alarming. How does a career pilot not have good perception?
Because he's been drinking.
Oh yeah, good point.
AV
Alright.
smells like a brewery.
Pretty much. You open it up, it's just like the Rick and Morty vehicle. All those cans start piling up. So I don't know how that got there. What are you talking about? Just go away. It's my AV. You've only had it for 1 day. Shut up.
Starts talking back.
Exactly. But yeah, T-Bar, roll me, or Mojo, whoever's going to be going up, roll me a perception check. And T-Bar, roll me a pilot air vehicle check, please. Because you are drunk.
I am. What page is the
Oh,
collaborative
not air
skills on?
vehicle
'Cause
tech.
There's
Pilot air vehicle.
under control.
I mean, that would only be like 10 higher than.
All right, you're good. What I have to check for are critical failures, so that's all.
Yeah.
What is Where?
What is?
Not what is.
Perception?
Where is again? No, the collaborative skills thing, because there's a sidebar or such example actions where you can, if you have a skill, complementary skill check. So I would like to make a wilderness survival skill check as a complementary check, since we're scouting a wilderness area.
If you show modifiers on the
Yep.
skills tab at the top, there's
Yep.
a complementary skill button.
Yeah, it's like +2.
Yep.
I think it's a +1.
It's only a +1. Yep.
Well, you
Oh,
could
dang,
roll
I've been
me
running that wrong
your
roll.
perception survival check 2d20. Come on.
No.
Wrong system. No bueno.
I'll go
All
with
right.
it. 20.
Okay. All right. Kingy Potato just dropped you another +2. Maybe the AV has an ignition.
Awesome. 22.
Someone sober needs to blow into the blood alcohol detector. At this point,
Thank
I
you,
think
King Potato.
yeah, I think T-Bar would probably have worked with Remy already to get rid of an air detector on his ignition. Remy, would you be comfortable removing something like that?
Oh, I'll rip that right out.
My car's not working anymore. Give me a second. Give me a second. You can now start your vehicle by looking at it. All right, yeah. So, T-Bar, you're able to successfully get the vehicle flying, going up, and we have Mojo checking out, trying to see any locations. Within about, because you guys are, I don't have a topographical map pulled up. Give me 1 second, because I have not been in California in several years now, and it was not the best experience for me, so I don't really remember.
And if you narrow that down even more, because you can zoom, it's closer to Los Angeles than San Fran.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's on my
Miles
actual
in.
screen now. That's great. So
Yes.
California is really confusing. You guys have mountains up here.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so what you're able to find is that from your location where you're at, right up in here, it's a pretty flat area, which is why Snake Nation had gone to that area in the first place. If you were to travel about an hour, you would be able to find a possibly a cave or some kind of outcropping, but you would have to transport everybody or all the vehicles there.
Do I know if that's an hour like into the storm or like we're going to be traveling away from?
Away.
I don't know. I'll look at Mojo and I say I think it's worth it to do that.
In the AV, it would take you about 30 minutes.
And I could bring the APC.
Yeah, so you'd have to bring the APC, which would slow him down. So
not that much.
Not drivable yet.
Yeah, but I can tow a lot. So.
All right.
It's up to you guys.
I will try to outrace the storm with Domino's car. We'll get the AV hooked up, APC hooked up, and you can.
I mean, I got autopilot in here. If you guys want me to drive Domino's car, I say as I crack open another
another beer.
No, you take care of your baby. I'll take care of Domino's.
I'm safe to fly. It's all right. All right. So the plan is now you're going to try and move. You're going to take the AV and drag the APC, and then you're going to drive Domino's vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Getting everybody and all the supplies packed as well as we can into the three vehicles.
All right.
We don't have that much. It should be easy.
Out
Curious,
of
what's up?
curiosity,
Mhm.
what's the AV's fuel status? Playing devil's advocate here.
You do not know because the console is what's messed up. So all of those gauges and stuff,
No.
they're not working.
For the AV.
Oh, for the AV.
Yeah, fuel burn. Fuel burn. Towing a vehicle is considerable more than.
I'm not going to
Don't
get
bring
into
reality into this.
yeah. I'm not going to
Bring
bring in like
reality into this.
2020 rules and stuff.
Well, I
I'm not
mean,
that in depth,
fine.
but his
Okay.
vehicle at this point is about halfway out of fuel. Yeah.
Just curious.
No, yeah. So when it came to the transportation, Domino's is almost out, and T-Bars is about halfway, and the Dune Buggy is also almost out. That was something I was going to bring up to them when they got to the city, because you guys have traveled quite a bit of distance. But so the issue with this is now that T-Bar is going to be strapping an APC to the bottom of an AV and dragging that for over an hour across rough terrain. And Remy and Calamity are inside of that vehicle attempting to fix it simultaneously. So what's going to be needed, Calamity and Remy, I'm going to need both of you to make concentration checks. Your DV is going to be an 18.
Ooh, that's going to be 4 luck.
Okay.
Can I take a +2? Is there any?
You can take a +2. Vampire Bites, stop spamming +2s. That's cheating.
And I'll throw
Oh.
and I'll throw in my. and
You
3 luck.
cannot take a +2 because the next +2 is yours. You have blocked yourself from access unless Remy wants to
Not a-
take that.
Not a problem.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
throw-
I don't think I need it, but I'll take it.
I'll throw in
Holy
3 luck.
cow, Remy.
All right, so 1 down from Donna, so that's 2, and so we for my brain, Raven. The point for you is coming from my girlfriend. So there you go.
Thank you.
So, thank you, babe.
That's 20. That's 21 then.
All right. So both of you are able to successfully kind of like hold on to the oh shit bars inside while you're also simultaneously trying to fix the vehicle. If it wasn't for Remy's check earlier being like I think it was 27, which is like almost superhuman tech check, according to the base of the rules, then your DV would have actually been a 20. So success actually made it a little bit easier. But you're able to pull that off, and T-Bar, you're able to kind of lasso down the APC to the AV. Mojo, you're able to get in behind the wheel, but you need to do a vehicle driving check. How successful are you?
I am going to be spending 2 luck on that.
Okay. And you are blocked from accessing the +2s right now because the next +2 is yours.
Yep, that's what I get for spamming the chat.
All right, you are able to successfully drive the vehicle. So T-Bar, you're pulling the APC. Calamity, Remy, you're inside the APC working on it from the inside. Mojo, you were able to successfully drive the car itself, and the lot of you get
Make
out
sure that
of...
Make sure that everybody that's in with me is wearing their safety harnesses since they are all around in this vehicle, just in case.
So a lot of you are able to get out of there. I'm actually going to zoom in nice and big. I'll maximize this for Roll20 because the system here does not like me very much. You are able to get up to about here, so at the tail end of this zone. So this is your new area, and let me actually make that. I'll make this green, and then for this one, I'm going to switch this guy over to a different color.
What was the green square thing?
The green square thing?
The thing you just colored red?
That was
That's
your
where we
campsite.
are now.
Yeah, that's your
Okay.
campsite that got hit by by the bombs. All right, now let's zoom back out. Make sure it looks pretty for Twitch. There we go. All right, cool. So that is all set. Let me fix it one more time. There we go. That is all set. So we have all of our camp members here now trying to drive up and get to this new site, and a lot of you are able to get there, and you're able to get to pretty much there's a rocky outcropping. I mean, it's California. California is pretty, if I recall correctly, on towards the eastern side. It's a lot more mountainous, a lot more rocky. You're able to find some natural shelter. You're able to get the vehicles in under some overhang, and you're able to kind of hunker down in that space. Is there anything else that you
Excellent.
wanted to do?
Mojo will check his agent and see if there's anything, and if there's nothing, queue up a message for Domino, and just hopefully remember to erase it later if it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just to let them know where we are now.
So you
If
open up
it's
your
there, I'll send it.
Okay. You open up your
Yeah.
agent. You're able to get it. You're able to get it running, and up on the top you see, just like Jack had before, there's a little bit of a blip on your your bars up on top, and then just like the radio, you start getting this coming in through your phone, and the screen itself is blocked. You're unable to close it or minimize it.
All right, turn the sound all the way down. Screen off. Leave it running. We'll hook it up to whatever. Did we recover any generators and some of the equipment that we've managed to salvage?
No.
No. Power down.
Okay. So yeah, we are going to take our bio break right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 8:50, so we're just under 2 hours in. So we're gonna take a bio break, and we are going to be picking back up with Devilish Jack Holmes and Domino entering Night City as it is blacked out and being poured down on by a radioactive acid storm. Ladies and gentlemen, hang tight and get ready for some insanity.
Yes,
Yeah.
You
and
cannot convince me otherwise.
I just finished
You
watching
cannot
last
convince me
last
otherwise.
last weekend. I watched the new Suicide Squad, and I think that Harley Quinn is to DC what Deadpool is to Marvel.
Harley Quinn's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah.
Right.
No,
DC did a
Is it,
ripoff.
have you
Best-
watched her at
best
the?
superhero show on TV at the moment is Doom Patrol, man. If you're not watching
I love
Oh.
Doom Patrol. Oh my goodness!
And I will say that
But
I think
also-
Margot Robbie is single-handedly saving the DC universe from being the garbage pile that it is.
that.
And if you haven't seen the Harley Quinn animated series, that's also pretty. That's a
Oh, yeah.
very fun show.
Hey everyone.
Hi.
There we go.
Sorry.
Okay, I
Hello.
was wondering.
Hi, Rowan.
I haven't typed it in. Wonder how long till they realize we're live.
Oh, we're live. Hello.
Yes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are
Hello.
back.
Yeah.
We can see on our chat we've got a couple of folks that continued staying a little active with me. So thank you, folks, for chatting. My apologies for totally spacing on keeping the mics live. I should have kept them live. I'm sorry. But yes. Either way. What we are doing is we are picking back up where we were at. Give me a second. There we go. Where we left off is that T-Bar, Calamity, Remy, and Mojo had successfully pulled the vehicles and the survivors from the Snake Nation into a nice little enclosure area kind of thing, protected from the oncoming onslaught of acid rain that they had gotten a weather warning about. And so they have successfully shielded themselves. Simultaneously, Domino and Devilish Jack Holmes are making their way into the city itself. And as they're driving up towards the city, as I mentioned before, we have these very, very dark, very, very heavy clouds, of course, still tainted red because of the atmospheric destruction that was wrought on by the Fourth Corporate War, and casting a darker shadow across those heavy clouds is Night City, completely blacked out. No power, no light, no searchlights, nothing going on inside of these massive skyscrapers dotting the landscape, except for a few small fires that can be seen kind of glowing against the backdrop of these huge buildings. Smoke is still being released from them, and they still seem to be burning, at least somewhat, in the midst of this rain. So that all being said, we've got our two players coming on up to our our city. What are you guys
Sort of
Uh,
sees the lack of power as we approach.
Where am I going? I know the afterlife, but I don't know how to get there.
Yeah, Jack would know the route, so he sort of would be giving you directions as we go.
We're also gonna need to get some choo-choo here in a little bit, and we'll probably want to
yeah.
jump for my other car.
The bloody hell! Did Crash forget to pay the electric bill or something? Let's just get to afterlife and keep as low a profile as possible.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so
I'll be
as
sticking to 3 over the speed limit.
3 over.
Mhm.
Okay. As you guys are driving into the city, you're starting to pass in through this urban sprawl. And are you going to? This is a big question for us. Are you coming in from the north or the south of the city? Because you're of course coming in from the east, but are you going to come in through the north or the south parts of the city?
North will be away from the combat. Combat zone's in the south, isn't it? From my
Yes.
recollection.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we probably want to avoid that. I mean, it's all probably the whole place is pretty much turning into a combat zone very quickly, but let's not go where the worst of it already is.
And I'm actually trying to see if I have a copy of that absolutely amazing map
Mm.
that Rob's always using. I'm not sure if I do. I've got map packs. I've got my maps from Valstoys. But I can't seem to find my map of the city itself. No.
I can Discord it to you if you need it.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, I would love to get that posted up.
I was just about to send it myself.
I've got mentions. Oh, all media. Okay. Confusing. I also see that we have a Trash Can Kid coming in on our Discord server. Thank you very much, Trash Can Kid. But yeah, if somebody can toss it over to me on Discord, that would be wunderbar.
Yeah, there is. Someone's done it.
Awesome, awesome. Oh, thank you. Okay, cool. Open original. There we go. And now that should actually broadcast straight onto. Yay! Technology is actually working for me today. Woo! Okay. So are you coming in on the north or south? You're, of course, coming in through the east. So you're
Yeah,
gonna
it'll be
come in
coming in
through
through
16
north.
up here, or are you going to be coming in through 828 or 1 through the south?
16.
Yeah,
16. All right, so you're going to
Yeah.
try and come in through 16. And you're coming in, of course, in the northern section of the city, which is a little bit more upscale. It's also a little bit closer to the military base, the NorCal military base. So of course we
3
have
under
New
the speed limit.
Westbrook, we have the Watson development, and then we have the bridge that heads into the city.
And
What were
then
you
3
saying?
under the speed limit. 3 under the speed limit in the nicer areas.
Okay. So yeah, you guys start heading in through the north. I need both of you to please roll me perception checks.
Uh-oh.
Should be good.
And my apologies to our viewers. The Cyberpunk Uncensored, the Roll20 rolls are not displaying while I have that map up. So I'm going to see if I can do something about that really quick.
I am really fascinated by how this acid rain is splashing and leaving smears on this windshield.
Fascinated by the acid smears?
Yep.
Oh, you're distracted. Yes, you have a 1. You also, so you're the one who needed the higher one because you're also driving. But Jack, you're able to notice as you are coming in to the city itself, you're able to notice that there is, even in this corporate zone, even in this more suburban zone, there is a massive lack of other vehicles out on the road. And you're able to tell that that weather siren that you guys had heard before is you can quietly hear it off kind of in the distance. It seems to still be going on. It seems to be coming from some kind of loudspeaker somewhere in your surroundings. You're not exactly sure. And Domino, did you roll another driving check?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just rolled a drive. Yeah, with me getting that failure on the perception check and saying that I was driving, I was like, oh, I better make a driving check just in case.
Okay.
And it's technically going to be an 18 because there's the additional +2 for the buggy.
Yeah.
Or -2 for the buggy. Because that's a -2 listed for me being irritable and then an additional 2. So I got an 18, not a 20.
Okay. 1 second, I'm dropping in our Night City map for our viewers. My goodness. Sorry, my studio mode is not working right now for some weird reason, so I'm just gonna slowly make my way through and drop that on there. Okay. There we go. Night City map. Pop that on there and drop the Roll20 map. There we go. Excellent. Okay, that should be nice and visible on our Twitch. Yes, good. Okay, and it'll also be visible for YouTube. So,
Nice.
yeah, you're able to successfully navigate your way through. You're not running into any people or anything. But what Jack notices, as I mentioned, is that there is a mysterious lack of vehicles on the road. There's that quiet alarm going on somewhere in the distance. But you're also noticing something else, is that all of the buildings themselves, these massive high rises, These are corporate buildings. These are corporate corporate apartment blocks, corporate office buildings. Every single one of them is also dark. There doesn't seem to be any backup generators running. There doesn't seem to be any flashlights that are flashing through anything. You see just this abject blackness from all of these buildings in your surroundings.
Good fucking God. This place is going to become a war zone sooner rather than later. Let's just slide on through to afterlife and get out as quickly as possible. I don't like this at all.
I feel you on that. So yeah, I'll keep driving. I'll edge it up, and I'll be going just a little bit over the speed limit just as soon as we get out of the super nice areas that are around military things. I want to be not noticeable if anybody sees from those. But as soon as we're a little bit away from them, I'm going to pick it up to hasten our getting there safely, but without like drawing too much attention from going too fast.
Okay. Yeah, so you're making your way down that major road. Now, what I need both of you to do for me really quick is roll me a luck check. Or 1d10, and then let me know what your luck is.
Nah, found one.
Okay, so Jack, you do not see it, but Domino, you did. You're paying so close attention to the smears of that water just kind of like grossing out on your windshield, trying to run the windshield washer fluid. You see a kind of a piece of paper just kind of plaster onto the front of your vehicle as you're going down. It seems to have blown onto your vehicle. And you can see it, and it says on the top in extremely large print, it says "Caution, citizens," and it's got writing underneath it.
I am going to pop the window just a little bit, and as the wiper pulls it over, I'm going to grab it and pull it in and hand it to Jack to read.
Okay.
Yeah, read it.
Yeah, so you grab it, you bring it inside. The leaflet itself that you grab, it's not exactly paper. Paper's not that common anymore. Paper comes from trees, and as you guys know, most of the trees are on these farms that are run by Biotechnica up in the north. This seems to be some like composite plastic that has already started to kind of melt away in the rain. So you can see that there's some patches on it that are slowly just kind of dripping off from this acid rain. But you see that it says "Caution, citizens," and printed underneath it. I'm actually going to post this up on our Discord so that everybody can read it if you would like to. Let me find
Cool.
our Discord. And then I'm going to read it out to you guys. Please remember, I have dyslexia, so there may be some issues with my reading, so apologies now before I even bother starting. So it says on there, it says, "Caution, citizens, please stay indoors while Medicore, in conjunction with Night City Council and NCPD, work to clear the mess from yesterday's attack. The recent domestic terror attacks executed by Nomad cells on the outskirts of town are currently being tracked and apprehended. Remember, if you see something, say something." And you see on the bottom, it has the large M for the Medicore logo. It's got the Night City NC on there, and it's got the printing of NCPD at the very bottom.
Oh, bollocks. We need to get off the road quickly.
Yep.
How close are we to afterlife?
You're still up in the north. You're up in Westbrook. Now, the afterlife itself, I believe, is in the south side. 1 second. I have not used this map in a very long time. So, afterlife. I have no idea. Is that in the old combat zone, South Night City? What would that be?
If I remember right, it's 23 in the Upper Marina.
23 in the Upper Marina.
That's 42.
Yeah, it's in the Upper Arena, like 42. Right next to the hot zone.
Pink 42. Yep, right outside the hot zone.
Oh, Afterlife. There we go. Solo bar, hotel bar, restaurant number 42. Okay, yeah. So Upper Marina, just south of 23. Good call, guys. So you guys are still about 20-30 minute drive, pending any issues you might encounter on the road, and you still have to get over that northern bridge into the main city itself, unless you want to try and divert down and take the main road, the main hub into the city, off of 828 and 16. Which one would you like
We
to
do
do?
not
Come
want to
in
be
through the
on.
north or come in through the east?
I don't think we want to be on main roads.
Yeah. I need to.
You're going to need to take one to get to the afterlife. Oh, Dr. Ogres subscribing with Prime. Thank you very much, Dr. Ogres. Hope you're enjoying.
Where is this madman?
Devilish Jack
Of
Holmes,
the
what
two,
is your local knowledge?
See, I put it in, and I put it in as Night City because that's his backstory. Thinking I will never get to use this because we're not going there. But
Roll me Night
there you
City background knowledge. All right. Cool. So you got a 13. Do you want to use a +2 from chat?
Yeah, we'll do.
All right. This comes from a Vampire Bites, and the next one comes from a Vampire Bites, and the one after that is from a Vampire Bites, and then another Vampire Bites, and a Kingy Potato. So thank you very much to this Vampire Bites. You seem to keep dropping all these +2s and excluding yourself from using them. So whatever floats your boat. Yeah, you're able to kind of figure out that the best way to avoid any form of main roads would be to come in from that eastern side. The only issue that you might experience is that you're going to be coming in incredibly close to the executive zone. If you use side streets, you can use side streets getting up to that main bridge that enters the marina up in the north, but you're still going to have to get on the main bridge.
I mean, if it's our best shot in Jack's estimation, anyway, then I suppose that's what we would do.
Yep.
Well, it's your call. Do you want north or do you want east? Or you can try and spin around the city and come in through the south, but there's still another main bridge you got to take anyway. So it's your call.
That means that we're spending that much more time in the city. So I'd say
Yeah,
let's go to the east.
yeah.
All right,
Agreed.
so you want to come in through the east. All right, this is where our absolutely wonderful core rulebook comes in. For those of you who are GMs, I don't know how much you have used this in the past, but I love using this, and even used to use this with my former games. Towards the end of the core rulebook, you have the running Cyberpunk section, and it starts on page number 417. And this has your random encounters and regional variations listed there, including combat, threat ratings, all that jazz. And so what we are going to do right now is I'm going to ask Devilish Jack Holmes, you're going to be our tens place, and Violent Neon, you're going to be our ones place. I would like both of you to roll a 1d10. All right, so we got an 88 with our combined roll right there. So let me scroll on down, find us
Chances of that.
virtually none.
Well, 1 in 100 is the
Oh,
answer.
wow. That is okay. You
Oh,
both
no.
just blew my mind because that is not what I anticipated to happen. So that's really freaking cool. The two of you are coming down a side road, and it seems as if somebody else had thought of the exact same thing. You see what looks to be what could have been an Aldecaldo Nomad truck that is in one of these small back alleys. Now, both of you can roll me a perception check as you pull up behind the Aldecaldo truck. Both of you can't really see it very well through the rain and these smears on your windshield, but you pull up behind this truck. You can see what looks to be Aldecaldo kind of spray painted on the back, dripping away with that acid rain as it is corroded from the outside paint job. But it is blocking that alleyway. What are you going to do?
Looks over to Domino.
We don't want to be anywhere near where other nomads are. They aren't Snake Nation, so they're family, but they're not our family. We have a mission. I'd say we find a different road.
Like, you saw what the man said, though, right? And they're targeting all the nomads. I think we might be able to get some help here.
Unless they've set this up as a trap for nomads.
Yeah.
My hackles are raised on this. I think we need to bug out and find a different side road.
Oh, come on, Domino. Where's your sense of adventure?
Right now, it's kind of in ashes with mags. I'd rather be on the safe side right now. So,
Right, there's no markings on this thing anymore, is there?
no, exactly. Which is why I don't want to draw more attention to ourselves by pulling up to a nomad marked vehicle.
Well, you said it was a truck, like a truck.
Yep.
Like a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Again, this says ambush all over it. We've dealt with so many of those in the last 2.5 days. This just smells of another of that. In fact, if you look in Bear's dashboard, I'm sure there's a handbook on how to set ambushes. And this is like step 3.
Jack will sort of assess the vehicle from where he is.
That's what your
And start
perception check
looking
was.
Sure, but specifically to look for sight lines.
Sight lines?
Now that so now that Domino sort of presented the idea that this might be an ambush, Jack's specifically looking for, well, if this was an ambush, where would they ambush us from? So
A change in circumstances.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a new perception check. Or you can roll me a survival check, whichever one is higher for you.
that was definitely perception.
12. So as you're looking around, you can see that you're in this back alleyway. It's literally it's coming down this disgusting acid rain. You don't see anybody around. Again, the alleyway itself is pretty dark except for Domino's headlights. But what you can see illuminated by his headlights is that the driver's side door of the vehicle in front of you is open.
Okay.
And all of the doors to the surrounding buildings that you can see close by are closed. But the driver's side door of the vehicle is open, and there is no light coming from inside the vehicle.
I think I might have an idea. I'll look around inside buggy because I've never asked this before. Why we only went through the glove box. I'm looking for see if Bear left any sort of more sort of casual clothes. Obviously, nothing with markings on it in the vehicle.
Roll me 1d10. Let's see if you're lucky enough to find it. Hold L1 and scan for threats. I wish it was that easy. So you look around. Yeah, and you find just a regular jacket, kind of a canvas cloth jacket like the one that I'm wearing, as well as a pair of jeans, a t-shirt with the samurai logo on the front, and a pair of sneakers that are probably a little bit too big for you.
All right, 1 second. Jack's gonna start putting this stuff on. He always dressed like a fucking dust farmer, right? How do I look?
Well, how
Great
do you
finish.
look? This is my chance to finally ask somebody to roll it. I need you to please give me 1 second. I want to double check that I'm asking for the correct one. It's our fashion check. Which one is that?
Wardrobe and style.
Yes, wardrobe and style. Let's
I have
use
4
that.
points in it. Yes.
Yes. 21. Hot damn. You do not look like a nomad at all. You look like a totally normie. Total normie here in the
Awesome.
city.
Okay, for me to look.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna see
go
you
in.
jump. Okay.
Yeah, see
Yeah.
you.
No, you look good.
All right.
You almost look like a townie.
Then if anyone else there, my name's Dave and I'm visiting from overseas. I quite like it here in Night City. Does that sound all right? It's my cover story.
Sure, yeah, that works.
Right, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to ask this lovely gentleman if he knows what's going on. And Jack's going to get out and just stroll up, like, just playing it off like he's totally oblivious. He's got no idea what's going on, to feign ignorance, and stroll up to the vehicle and sort of look inside the driver door.
Yeah,
Is
you.
going to
Oh, go ahead.
Got like his
just
hand
Domino's
into-
going to shift into reverse and hold it there ready so that I can just preparation to bug out just as soon as Jack gets back in the car.
All right. Yeah, so Domino, you're prepping the vehicle. Definitely check Holmes. You look like a total normal townie. And you walk up to the driver's side door. As you walk up, there are a couple of things that you notice right off the bat, as I mentioned before, is that there's no light coming from inside, so that dome light doesn't seem to be on, even with the door open. And as you walk up, you also notice that the driver's side window is smashed. And as you get up to the door itself, you see what was an Aldecaldo member slumped back in their seat with multiple bullet holes and what looks like a baseball bat strike to the face, reclined back in the chair. And he is getting partially soaked through with this acid rain, so you can actually see that it is eating away part of him as well. So you see him dripping both blood and acid rain, and you see that the car is not working. The glass is shattered, and he is certainly dead.
But quickly rifle through for like ID papers or any sort of identification or anything interesting in the glove box as well. I think literally just lean in and be like, look around.
All right, there's going to be two things here for me. First, because I want to keep our other players slightly entertained as well as awake. Remy, roll me a 1d10, and T-Bar, roll me a 1d10. T-Bar, what is your luck score?
6.
All right, so Jack, as you are searching around, you're able to climb up over him, and you're able to pull open the glove box, and it is still black in there. No internal light is on either. What I would like you to do, actually, for me is roll a conceal, reveal, or a perception check, your choice. Okay, perception.
God, rolling terribly today.
You find inside of there, you find a small rechargeable flashlight, and you also find what looks to be a kind of a, oh goodness, how would I explain that? Nah, I don't think that would work. You find a rechargeable that works. You find a rechargeable flashlight. You find a small magnifying glass, and you also find a audio cassette. You do not find any papers.
Okay. As far as room around the vehicle? Like, if it's this thing's completely blocking the street, we can't get around.
Yeah, so this is like a one-car alleyway, and this is a full-size pickup truck just stopped in the middle of it.
All right, I get down out of the truck cabin to stroll back towards the back towards the car with Domino and play the cassette.
All right, Calamity, roll me 1d10, please.
And the moment he gets back in the car, I'm gonna start driving away.
Okay. And Calamity, what is your luck?
3.
Devilish Jack Holmes, as you are walking away from the vehicle, you're climbing back out. You still feel that rain coming down, and you hear behind you somebody shout, "Hey, hey! Fucking hell to call those!" And you hear that somebody shouting that out, and you can hear a door opening up behind you down that alleyway.
And I'm sorry. Excuse me. Do I look like a? I don't know what's going on. Can you help? We're broken down over there. We can't. We're just trying to get to shelter, like.
So Domino, you hear this person shouting out "fucking El DeCaldos," and you can hear Jack Holmes and see him put his hands up and turn around and start talking to somebody.
One
And
hand on the wheel, I draw my handgun and I keep it just out of view next to the door.
so
But
Jack,
again, I'm in reverse.
yeah. Do you start driving or no?
I wait for Jack to get in the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jack, what I need you to do right now is please roll me. Goodness gracious. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna pull up my old character sheet on here because I keep forgetting where all the checks are. I'm trying to learn the 2d20 system right now, and I keep mixing stuff up. Roll me persuasion.
Fair. Hey.
All right. The man shouting down the alleyway is like, "Oh, not El DeCaldos. Are you all right?"
And the moment he says, "Are you all right?" Like my hand that's up, I go like to Domino. I'm like, as if to say, "We're good." Like, um, I was out on the lash last night, and I woke up this morning, and what's happened?
It's like, "Oh shit, you missed the lights going out. Yeah, get inside, get inside, get out of that rain, get out of that rain." And you see the door open up all the way, and you can see a woman and another man behind him. Both of them are holding up flashlights.
Yeah, I get out that flashlight that I just pulled out, I guess, and flash it on, and I'll flash it in the direction of like Domino and the car and the van. So I'm making everything above board for the people in there that don't think I'm going to try anything. There's our car, and also I'll wave Domino over.
Holster my gun, but keep it near at hand. And no, I keep it drawn, and I roll. I'm like, hey, are we able to get this car moved so that we can get home? I yell out the window.
The folks that are inside, they're like, I'm not a mechanic, but when the power comes back on, we can call somebody for you.
We can take a different road. We don't have to come down this one. If this truck can't be moved, we'll go a different way to get home.
Roll me human conversation, please. Conversation, not human conversation. Conversation.
I'm going to put +2 luck into this.
Okay, do you want a +2 from the chat?
Yes, please. And so that's a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
You hear a brief pause, and you hear a voice shout back from the inside. It's a woman's voice. She's like, "Didn't you say your car was broken down? How can you pull back out of the alleyway?" And you hear some mumbling coming from inside of the building.
And stops for a minute and turns back. This he wants to get it out. Oh, he's a pain in the. Turn around to Domino, and I'm like, then motioning to bring it forward. This thing is moving at a crawl. We're stuck otherwise. He wants us to crawl back home in the acid rain.
Roll me conversation.
The com. Actually, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter because they're the same bonus, so that's fine. Yeah.
Do you want a +2 from the chat?
Yeah, go on, take it.
Okay. Kingy Potato, you just saved their asses. The DV on this was a 16. So thank you, Kingy. You hear the voice like, is it running? Like, is the engine running?
Barely. It's moving very slowly though. More towards Domino than this person, as if they say, drive it slowly.
we can push you back out to the road, but there's no mechanics. Everything's off right now. Nobody's able to fix it up. And the woman inside just shouts back out, just like, come on, just come inside. It'll be all right. Get out of that rain.
Turn around, back round to Domino. Just do it.
Put my gun out, open the door, bitch. Walk up to Jack. You're doing all the fucking talking. If they ask me shit, I'm not saying anything. And if there's less of them than there are of us, we need to.
Mate, don't. Yes, that's fine. Right, I'll handle it. Just yeah, do us a favor and be very quiet from now on.
F's in chat for Domino ? Vampire like savage up in here. So do the two of you start walking past the truck that is that's blocking that alleyway, and it ends in like an L curve, kind of a 90-degree angle at the end. You could definitely drive down it if the truck had not blocked that alleyway. But you can see as you're passing this truck that the front of the vehicle is literally riddled with bullet holes. The glass that was the windshield was most likely bulletproof, but got punctured through.
Mm-hmm.
And the actual front of the vehicle has pretty large caliber bullet holes in it. As you guys are walking past it. And you see the doors open. You see the woman and the two men. They're standing there with flashlights. Like, yeah, come on, get out of that rain. It's acid rain out there. That we've been getting weather warnings for hours.
I want to flash the flashlight at them to get a better look. Are they? I don't want to say are they armed because in Night City almost everybody is just as a fact of life, right? But I mean, are they holding weapons with large caliber bullets, for example?
Civilian armed or combat armed?
Yeah, so you put your flashlight over to them, and they aren't carrying any weapons. The man up in the front is not carrying a weapon. The woman up in the front is not carrying a weapon. The man in the back has what looks to be a medium handgun, pretty small caliber, like 9mm. But none of them seem to be super heavily armed, and they are all dressed like regular civilians.
You can get in out of the rain for a while and go from there.
But we're leaving our vehicle and not getting where we need to.
All right, but look, I don't think being out on the street for much longer is a good idea, at least until this rain abates. No?
I think the rain is a good idea because it's going to keep others off the street. If when the rain stops, then their search groups will come back out.
All right, well, I'll tell you what we can put in here. You yank the hood up and fake like you're making some repairs, and I'll see if I can get them to move this car.
Okay.
If they're not going to do it, then fine, we can go back the other way. You can just pop your head up, tell them, I fixed it. It seems to be working. And get out.
Yeah, that works.
All right, good.
and I'll go back and I'll start the buggy and I'll slowly pull it off to the side near their garage or whatever to and act like I'm going to work under their shelter.
So what's going on here is that you've got a alleyway that ends in an L. They're at that end of
Okay.
that alleyway, and that truck is blocking.
Okay. Okay. Then can't do that. But yeah, I'll go inside to maybe ask if they have like some tools or something that I could use to maybe quickly do a patch job or something.
So the two of you go inside.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As the two of you head over, you head inside, and you can see that the man that was up in front, he looks like he's maybe in his late 30s, early 40s. He looks like just a normal guy. He himself is not carrying a weapon, but he's got that flashlight. The woman that's there, she's a little bit shorter. She's a little bit larger, and she seems to have kind of a smile on her face, like happy that the two of you had come inside. And the third man in the back is a little bit broader shoulders, looks to be a little bit younger. He's the one who's carrying the medium handgun. But the three of them don't seem to be they don't seem to be aggressive at all. After the two of you come inside. I'm like, oh, thank God you're in from the rain. Like, oh, I can't believe you've been driving out there in this. Chuggy, this isn't Fallout yet. Come on. No secret cameras
Oh,
here.
yeah. Well, yeah. I'm new to the city. I don't know it very well, so we got sort of turned around a bit. We was having a bit of a party last night, and sort of lost track of where we were. This place is a sprawl, isn't it? Oh, well, we'd be grateful if you'd help us get that wreckage out of the way, and we could get going as soon as he's got it fixed.
And the guy in the back, he looks over. He's like, well, I got some tools that I use for work. I'm just working out of a shop on the other side of on the other side of the city, but nothing advanced. If that might help.
I'm sure it'll be fine. He knows what he's doing under the hood more than I do, but it's he didn't want to stand out in the acid rain, and while he was trying to work.
Jack, roll me a conversation check, please.
Yeah.
The woman stares at you kind of oddly. She's like, "Your your accent keeps changing. Where are you from?"
Oh, I'm from sort of here, there, and everywhere. Spent some time in England, mostly from South Africa, you see. But it's army brat I was, so scattered.
Mojo, roll me 1d10, please. Mojo, what's your luck?
Oh, you're muted, Vampire.
Oops. 4.
Oh,
Uh,
hey.
Not what we wanted to see.
Yeah, the older man looks at you very oddly, and he's like, "How are you getting around from place to place like that? Not even the Nomad convoys travel that much. You're
Well,
a little fishy going on here." And you see the guy in the back, a little bit broader shoulder. He kind of takes a step back, and you can hear him very slowly pull the slide on his handgun. And he's like, "I don't think we want you folks in our house. Can you please leave?"
the moment I hear the slide go, I quick draw the revolver and point at his head.
Who are you pointing it at? The man in the front, the woman, or the man in the back?
The guy with the gun.
So he's a little bit further back from everybody else. And as soon as you draw the revolver and point it, I need all of you, or I need both of you to roll initiative.
Where's me thinking
Oh, Donna's giving that that F in chat for Mojo. Mojo talking about Domino.
Oh, I've got to do me thingy again. Hang on. You bloody wet.
18 and 15. All right. Domino. Domino, what are you doing? You see Jack pull out his revolver as you hear that slide come up on the younger guy's handgun.
I'm drawing it and pointing it at the other guy. No, I'm drawing it and pointing it at the woman. All we want are your tools, and we'll be out of your hair.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this up, and we're going to use this briefly. Uh, and then go to video. There we go. And I'm going to switch the players over. So we have our info here. Please pardon the map itself. This is not what I anticipated to be using right now. I did not think we'd be getting into a combat situation indoors. It's for damn sure.
Better than out in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Domino.
Very true.
And let's jump on here. Are your tokens showing up on the map?
Nope.
Move them over. See what happens.
You might have. Are you on the right layer?
Oh, good point. Yeah, objects and tokens.
I only see the very bottom of the map.
Yeah, same.
Okay, don't sweat it then. I'm not gonna keep wasting our viewers' time or your guys' time. So you pointed at the woman, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I just realized our video feed went dead too, so I can't even screw around with Roll20. Awesome. So you pointed at the woman. And what do you do?
I point at the woman and I say very calmly, all we want are your tools, and we'll be out of your hair.
The lady looks up at you, and you can see her once very kind demeanor get this very angry look. She looks fucking pissed. It's like, I knew you were some nomad scum. And she just kind of backs up a little bit. Kind of gets back up against the wall behind her.
Okay. I am going to. Well, no, that's what I'm not going. But yeah, I draw and point and make the threat.
Okay. Yes, Fog of War is on. I'm just going back to that world map. Don't worry about it, Vampire, because it's not worth a hassle right now. All right. So yeah, you draw a point. Our next up is actually going to be the younger guy in the back. So Remy, can you do me a favor and please roll me your handgun skill? All right, 11. So for our viewers right here, just giving you a heads up, what I'm actually trying to do is something I saw from a previously suggested stream, is trying to use the inactive players as your NPCs, trying to bring them into a little bit of the action to keep everybody involved. So I'm giving that a shot right now, literally and figuratively. Let me get our
You're gonna make us
RLF.
kill our friends.
No, you're not killing your friends. You're still
Not with
going
that
after
roll.
NPCs. Yeah, not with that roll. So the younger guy in the back, he sees uh, goodness, Jack pull out this revolver, and you can see he's a little bit shaken. And he quickly pulls the gun up and unloads and fires. His first round completely misses Jack. Remy, roll again for me. And the second round completely misses as well. So Remy, we now know, never put you in a handgun fight. But yeah,
That is sure.
this younger guy completely misses twice, and you see him kind of bolt away into an adjacent hallway at the back of the room. He just kind of leaves, and he leaves your sight. The inside of the building is completely black except for your flashlights, and so you do not see exactly where he runs off to. Next up is going to be Jack.
Two gunshots. Just what?
Yeah, two
Look,
gunshots,
I did
and then
not.
you see him just kind of
Yeah,
dip out.
just pointing it between the remaining two. Look, I did not give the performance of a lifetime just to get shot at. We just want to get past. Now, you can help us move the truck out of the way. I mean, I don't have to tell you what else, do I? I can do that with a revolver.
Okay, roll me a persuasion check, please.
May I argue that maybe it could be acting or something because he's Devil Sherlock Holmes and he's making a performance?
Oh, I'll take persuasion. That's
Yeah, I
fine.
mean, he got a 20.
I mean, it's
so-
mostly +4 for everything, so.
I didn't even see what was rolled.
No worries. Going for her bazooka. Yes, Chuggy, she's going for her bazooka. You see the man. He very slowly he squints at you and just like, do I know you?
No, it's not the time for my ego. Look, just move the truck, and we can talk about how much you love everything that I do after that. Is that all right?
Love everything you do. What? He shakes his head. He's like, Jimmy, get back out here. Put that fucking gun down. Next one up is the woman, and she looks up at Domino, who has jammed a gun in her face, and she is definitely not persuaded by Devilish Jack Holmes because she wasn't even paying attention to him. She just sees this barrel of a gun in her face, and Calamity, what I would like you to do, please, is roll me a shoulder arms, and I'll be subtracting some from it. Don't worry.
Shoulder arm. 1 minute. Had to think something first.
No worries. I would have wounded one of them as an example. Harsh. Ooh, okay. Even with the removed there, Domino. I was going to take her number and I was going to be subtracting 8, but that would still get it. Domino, you see
Reflex?
you see her reach back and she grabs what looks to be a shotgun and attempts to open it up on you. And yes, you have a chance for reflexes. If your reflex is 8 or higher, go ahead and roll your
Yep.
evasion. There's Chuggy's F in chat again.
I think
Oh,
I'm
there we
okay.
go. Okay. Yeah. So you kind of jump back a little bit as this woman grabs the shotgun. She opens up, and let me double check these numbers really quick because we have
That
a
was bad 'cause
minus 8.
I have a 6 in shoulder arms.
Yes. So we have 24 plus 9 minus 8. 25. Okay, yeah, Domino beats her out. Sorry, my math is terrible, folks. I literally live on a calculator for anything outside of what is 1 plus 1. Not happy to admit it, but it is what it is. She reaches back, grabs that shotgun, and she opens up. She tries shooting, and instead of hitting Domino, Domino is able to jump out of the way. It seems to hit the man who is standing on the other side, and she fires it into him. And Calamity, roll me 5d6, please. Oh my God! She blasts both barrels of this little shotgun that I guess is supposed to be used for home defense. She unloads both of them into her partner, who goes directly against the wall and just kind of drops. But Domino, you were able to jump out of the way, and you hear her scream. Ah! How could you, you piece of shit! I'll fucking kill you, Nomad trash! And she pops it open and starts putting in a couple more rounds. We're back up to the top. Devilish Jack Holmes. That guy bolted out of there. You decided to point the gun at the two. The guy was literally about to comply, but is now dead, slumped back right next to you, as you have a ringing in your ears from a double-barrel shotgun unloading into his chest.
Yeah, that's very cyberpunk. Oh, for fuck's sake! And then I'm going to. I mean, she's right there, but I like close whatever distance left. I'm gonna make one brawling attack as I just try and like pistol whip her across the temple.
Pistol whip her.
Yeah. Hey, it's a crit as well.
Give me 1 second.
That's just for flavour. It's just I'm just brawling.
I just realized this was the perfect chance to get some of that combat music going in the background. So there we go. Our players do not hear it. I'm very sorry, but our Twitch chat can. So yeah, you reach over and you try to whack her upside of her head. You have a critical success, so you're able to hit her successfully. Go ahead and roll me damage. What is your strength?
It's pretty. My body's pretty good. That's my
Yeah, sorry. What's your body?
I do 3d6.
Okay.
So I got a body of 8.
Okay.
Yeah. So nice.
What are the rolls on that? Did you get a crit?
No, it's 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. Okay.
6. Yeah.
You whack her straight in the face with the handle of your gun, and you smack her real hard, and you can see her just literally kind of do a small spin and fall to the side, and she is now prone on the ground. She's still holding that shotgun. I was gonna say, do you have any move or second brawl that you want to use?
Well, yeah, rate of fire 2 for a second attack. I'm going to Aikido her. So she's on the ground. Step in and try and like a joint strike to the elbow to loosen her grip on the weapon.
I have not used martial arts for this, so let's find this. Aikido. So disarm?
Well, I've got to hit this attack first, and then I make another Aikido check, and I have to beat 15, and then that disarms her, which is what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Yeah, so that is a successful hit. Go ahead and roll for DB15, martial arts.
Well, I'll do that. Before I do that, I've got to do the damage.
Yeah, between the brawling and the first martial arts hit, you might kill him.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, so that's the damage on the actual attack, and then I'll just do a check. And the check, as long as I beat 15, hey, I'll take the gun off of her.
You kill her. You come down trying to take the gun from her hand, and you literally snap her arm, and she stops moving there on the floor. So yeah, you've used your special move. You've used your brawling. Are you going to use your move at all? Because you see Domino, he's almost out that door when he had backed up. He's almost out.
I don't want to move before, or actually, I'll back up towards Domino. But as I'm doing it, I want to whip the flashlight around, looking for the third guy.
Okay.
See if I can spot him at all.
Yeah, and after just a moment, you see him pop his head back around that corner, and he sees his mom and his dad now dead, literally at both of your guys' feet. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And you see him pull his handgun up and start firing at both of you. T-Bar, roll me your handgun check. First shot misses. T-Bar, roll me again. Handgun. Second shot, success. Devilish Jack Holmes, do you have a reflex over 8?
I do indeed. So
alright, roll me your evasion. So, let's see on here. Is that hit can land? Let me switch over. Yes, that hit is going to land even with the minus. T-Bar, go ahead and roll me 2d6. Alright, 10 damage. So Devilish Jack Holmes, you take a round straight to your chest after one misses. You take a round straight to your chest for 10 points of damage.
Well, I've got body armor of, well, my armor jacket is 11.
Didn't you take off your jacket and put on?
No, I put thingy's clothes on. My armor jacket's always been underneath my clothes.
Okay.
It's just a vest, basically. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you put on bears. That second round makes contact with you. Doesn't penetrate through, but you can definitely feel it hit you. And it is now Domino's turn, since both of the others are dead. It's you now. So Domino, you see him round the corner and flip out and open fire, missing the first shot. Second shot, it's Jack right in front of you.
Jack, let's go. Follow me right now. Fuck this. Let's go. And I head out the door and I start walking to the, I'm heading straight to the buggy to get it started so that we can go.
So you just walk.
Yeah, I leave and if the buggy's not, I have a move of 7. Is the buggy greater than that away?
You should be okay.
Okay, then I'll move to the buggy and I'll open my door. So.
Right. Top of the round, Jack. Make the scene look like a robbery. Oh my God. Raven. Naughty. Jack, what are you doing? You see this guy, he looks real pissed. Domino says, let's just go, and he walks away. What are you gonna do?
Follow him on the way out. Just sort of glance over my shoulder at this kid. Like that. If you were all more welcoming, this wouldn't have fucking happened. And then just leave.
All right. So yeah, he is now Batman. Just saying.
Basically. Oh dear.
You guys just made Night City's Batman. So the two of you start walking away.
He's gonna leave a car in that tunnel.
Well, it's not my fault his parents were classist. Right? That's what happened there.
So yeah, you start walking away. And that's the end of your turn. It goes down to the next. Devilish Jack Holmes, roll me your luck.
Yeah, 'cause this is historic. Well, that's adding my luck score, isn't it?
one
Okay,
d10.
Let me
Sorry.
just roll on 1d10.
I keep forgetting. Okay. So you walk away, and as you're walking away, you're able to hear it, and thus you're able to get the chance. Roll me an evasion.
Yeah, cool.
I'm not having anybody else roll this because I don't want anybody else to be responsible for this. Devilish Jack Holmes, you hear it. You hear the click as the two halves of the breech load double barrel shotgun close up. It seems as if the man picked it up from his mother.
No, I have it. I took
Okay.
Oh,
it.
you grabbed it.
I grabbed
Yes.
it. The Aikido either lets you grab it or drop it, and you have to specify which one. And I did say I'll take it.
Okay. Then you hear the handguns. He holds it up. You attempted a evasion on there, but I actually rolled a critical success on the hit.
Yep.
Twice. So roll the second evasion for me, please.
So, all right. Even worse.
All right. I'm not going to make any of the players roll this because I don't want any of y'all to be responsible. All right. The first is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, and the second one is 6, 7, 14 damage. That is 2 rounds. The first one was to your chest, and the second one was to your head.
Oh, good.
He walks up
I
and
actually-
tries shooting. Bam and bam. And the second one here, 7, 8, 10, 12. 12 damage to the head. Are you wearing a helmet?
No, but I have skin wave of 7.
Okay. So that would be what, 7?
Thank God.
11, you take 6, and then what happens for headshots? Is that double or what? I always get this mixed up with the old rules.
I believe it's
Yeah.
double.
I'm more familiar with it.
And my cursor disappeared again. What is going on here? There.
Oh, that was a
Here's
direct
nothing.
headshot?
Yeah.
The second one was a headshot, yeah.
Ooh.
Luckily, I've got skin weave. It gives me 7 armor on my face.
Double check. I don't want to do anything.
Hey, Capricious, if you
Yes,
could
sir.
check Discord chat real quick.
Yes, sir. I rolled on it. That's why.
Okay.
That's why I said I don't want anybody else to roll for it. I cannot find this. Oh my god. Okay. There we go.
Now, I think what I think what Vantnil means though is if it's an aim shot in a round, you can only fire once.
Yes, and that's what I was trying to as I said, asking for nobody to do the rolls. I was doing it myself. So I'm also trying out something else for my end. Is I'm doing the body hit locations. Because, as was mentioned on one of the past podcasts with our wonderful, what is that, Cyber Smiley and Data Fortress, one of the things that they both lamented was the complete and total lack of that. It always hits the chest. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I have a D12.
Multiply the damage that gets through your target's head armor by 2.
Okay. So that'll be, you had said you had 7?
So it's whatever actually gets through, and then that's doubled.
So that's well, you're still pretty much fine. It's only 10 points of damage. So you take 10 points of damage.
Okay. Not too bad.
And that's what I was saying. I wanted to double check. I wanted to make sure, like, please tell me it's not a critical injury or anything like that. So we've got that taken care of. So Devilish Jack Holmes, first round does hit you in the back. It doesn't hurt at all. Your vest takes up everything. The second one hits the back of your head and seems to kind of graze the back of your head. The skin weave has saved your butt as it kind of reflects it off. But you take 10 points of damage. And Domino, you hear both of those shots, and you see this guy right behind Jack. First round off, second one, he's got him in the head. You have opened up your car door. You can choose to climb in, or you can choose to get involved.
I take a deep breath. I position myself behind the door, and I aim and fire.
Okay. Roll for me. And it's page 170. I was on. No wonder I was on page 186. Okay. Thank you, Stink Bomb. And thank you, Chuggy. Multiply the damage that gets to your target's head armor by 2. Perfect. Cool. Thank you, guys. Again, it's not something that I really have much experience with. Same thing for the Aikido and the martial arts. Most of my players that I've had in the past had the exact same idea that Wisdom has.
If it was 12 damage on a medium handgun, was that a crit? Was that 2 6s?
So the damage that went through, he had 7 resistance. The damage that was inflicted on him was 12.
Right, wouldn't
Was
it
that
12?
2 6s?
Wouldn't that be 2 6s out of 2 d6?
I rolled. Okay, yeah. So that would be subtracting with the dice. I rolled 3 instead of 2. That's my mistake. So let me fix that. Thank you for pointing that out. 6, 7, 8. So 2 damage. You took 2 damage to the head, not 10. Thank you for pointing that out for me.
I'll take that.
This is what happens when I can't reference the manual without everything freezing. I keep trying to switch back fast and fast and fast. Oh my god. Okay. So thank you. So 2 instead of 10. You take a shot. So your distance that you're trying to meet, you're trying to get a 13. You get an 18. Yeah, so go ahead and roll damage. And your video's frozen again. Let's fix that.
Oh wait, sorry. No. That was the second attack. That wasn't.
Okay.
So,
I was gonna say, like,
sorry.
holy shit.
There we go.
Alright, so yeah, you unload a round, and it passes Devilish Jack Holmes, and you hit him. He takes quite a bit of damage, 9, straight to his chest. Go ahead and... Oh wait, no, very heavy. 1 ROF.
Just the one.
Devilish Jack Holmes, it's your turn. You get that whack at the back of your head, you hear Domino firing as well. Things are getting lively again.
Just turn around, revolver, and we'll return fire. Fuck him. This guy's gonna die.
Now you turn around, you see him standing there, you see him crying, he's got his gun pointed straight at you. He's like, "You killed my fucking parents!" And you open up fire at him, and you shoot him. You beat the DV, go ahead and roll damage.
We only killed your mom. Your mom killed your dad.
He was not there for that.
I know.
Yeah, and I was holding the shotgun when it comes through as well. So. Yeah.
10 damage.
I just wanted to clarify with him.
Yeah. So yeah, you hit him as well. And for this, let's see. You actually hit him in the same arm. So you have now blasted his arm. His arm is very heavily damaged. Right in his right arm. He is RoboCop. He is still standing though. And he's like, oh god damn it! And you see him clutching his arm. You still have a move. Do you want to run to the car?
You can live and get a shiny metal armor, or I can finish you off. Pick one. Does there one other shot? I want to see what he responds with first.
And this is another one of the things that I implemented from before. We are actually going to do a will check to see is he willing to continue fighting. You see him standing there. He's holding his arm. And he's like, "Fuck you, man! Fuck you!" And he drops his handgun to the ground. He's like, "I can't believe, God fucking damn it!" And he drops down too. He's on his knees. He is crying.
I'm gonna take out. Yeah, I've got like an odd amount, so that'll do it. I'm gonna take out. I have a total of on me 1,163 eddies. I'm gonna take 136 eddies and throw them to him.
So that'll be once we get back to the top of the order.
Oh sure, okay, we're still.
Yeah, he's gone to prone because I don't know what is Domino going to do. So Domino, you saw him drop the gun. You see him crying. He's clutching his arm. You see Jack start reaching into his pocket for something.
Jack, don't worry about it. Just get in the car. It's not worth it. Let's go now. And I get in the car and I start it.
All right. And Jack, back to the top of the round. We're actually going to go out of initiative now because Domino is no longer attacking. You're no longer attacking. He is disarmed and prone. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw him the. It's just like a odd amount, so 163 eddies. I throw it sort of to his feet. Look, mate, I know it's not much, but put that towards a new arm and reconsider the way you look at people. Yeah, I'll turn and walk back to the car.
All right. He just looks up at you. He's like, he's just trying to protect my fucking parents. And you walk away and you climb into the car. Domino's already started it back up. And yeah.
Find a different road.
Now the two of you back up.
You should have stayed in the car.
Two of you back up and you start backing up down the alley. Get back to the road itself. And Devilish Jack Holmes, go ahead and roll me one more local knowledge. Right. Do you want a +2 from chatter?
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
This comes from a Vampire Bites.
No, that's right.
Yeah, what a surprise! What a surprise! Yeah, so you are able to successfully show him, because our DB was actually 15. That's what I was asking. You're able to successfully show him some back roads, and you are able to get through the remainder of this without issue. You're able to get over to the major turning point. Can't really highlight anything on the map because it's not on D20, but you're able to get to the on ramp pretty much that links the main city center to the eastern side, just between 32 and 40 on those two different points there. You're able to make that turn and get back onto that road after getting through the side roads. And as you're making that turn, the rain is still coming down. The acid rain is still eating away at the paint, as well as your tarp that's enclosing both of you. And as you two are making that turn and going up to it, you see in front of you what literally looks to be a large drop-down barricade. and you see a couple of lights up on the top. You don't see anybody at the barricade itself. The lights are off. There do not seem to be any cops there either. Looks like it was set up and it has not been manned since the rain started.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck's sake. Is it, if you were to get out of the vehicle, is there a way, is it totally impassable from outside? Or
Oh no,
is there a way?
you can go through it if you want. It's not being manned right now, so you can try to push through it if you want, or you can turn around, try to go through a different road. It's your call.
Oh, if I can drive through it, then yeah, I'm gonna drive through it.
Yeah, we'll do drive through it.
Yeah.
So the two of you continue through it, and you go through this barricade. So what it had, like those checkpoints and stuff, they put down those little arms. That was the thing that you're breaking through. So you just smash through that and start driving into the main city.
Cool.
And as you are going through, you guys, again, you're dealing with this rain. The streets are empty, but you are coming down that main road, and ahead of you, you see what is most likely one of those fires. You see this glowing orange and red smoke coming up, and that's where we're going to be ending our session, as you guys are heading deeper into the city proper. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much in our audience for keeping up with us. I apologize for those difficulties that I'm experiencing with trying to remember the rules as well as the technical issues. So, massive apologies on my end. Seems as if I'm just getting my butt kicked right and left today. But we got through it, so that's awesome. And my apologies for throwing you guys for a loop. I should have mentioned that I'm using hit die. We can actually talk about that later. I can show you guys what I'm using for that, because it's from the 2020. So, yeah.
Yeah, the hit location thing.
Yeah, it's from the old Friday night firefight. Just trying to implement that because it's really boring always getting shot square mass in the chest. Like, okay, right, that makes sense. Which is why, I don't know if you guys noticed, like I was also specifying, like, hey, you got shot in the arm. Oh, that person got shot in the leg. I've been rolling the dice over here. So. That being said, let's do our sign-outs, and we can let our players get going and our viewers get going. So let's start off. Violent Neon.
Hey everybody, I am Violent Neon. I have been your disgruntled Nomad driver this evening, and who did not want to go into the people's house. You can find me here every Saturday as Violent Neon or Domino, and on Cyberpunk Uncensored's Discord as Violent Neon.
Right, thank you. And Vampire Bites.
Vampire Bites, I've been playing your friendly neighborhood lawman. DAB. You can find me here every Saturday night playing some Cyberpunk Goes Nomad. Find me on my own channel starting October 4th, doing a Cyberpunk alternate universe called Probots versus the Robophobes. And you can also find me in Discord running the play-by-post.
Awesome, thank you. Johnny Drop.
I'm Johnny Drop. I played Remy Johnson, your tech for the evening. You can catch me here every Saturday or Sunday, depending on your geographical location. You can also find me on the Cyberpunk Uncensored Discord at Johnny Drop, and if you want, check out my SoundCloud at Arts.
Thank you. Raven?
It's Raven. I've had the pleasure of playing your solo/tech for the evening. You can find me all over the interwebs at Doña Trece Cuervo. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Chuggy, go ahead.
Hey, I'm Chuggy. I play T-Bar, the Nomad, and you can find me on Twitch under Chuggy305 and on Discord as just Chuggy.
Alright, thank you. And Captain Mark, go ahead and wrap it up for us.
Captain Mark, and I was playing Devilish Jack Holmes, the Rocker Boy. Feel personally slighted that the DM didn't think my South African accent was flawless at the end there, but fine, we'll have words after the stream. You can find me here every Saturday. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Heroes in Theory every Sunday at 5 Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern. And first week in November is when the podcast is rolling out there. It's taken a bit of a format change, and we're going to get more in the can before we actually publish, just because of the way the story's panning out. It helps my editing process. So yeah, first weekend in November, with the first Friday in November, first episode of The Sound of Dice, and I'm playing. We're playing Delta Green, the new Delta Green campaign, Impossible Landscapes. So yeah, come check that out everywhere where you can get podcasts.
Awesome. Looking forward to hearing both of you guys starting back up. Very excited for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've been your technologically disinclined, memory-breaking GM today. Again, apologize for the oopsie after oopsie after oopsie. I'm still seeing that we're having video issues. So we're having video issues, mic issues, sound issues, and memory issues. That's always fun. And of course, my voice is also cracking a little bit, so my apologies. But thank you very much to everybody for sticking around with us, and thank you very much to our players. It's been a fantastic session, and we will see all of you next week. Same modified time, starting at 7 o'clock Eastern. Bye, everybody.
Cyberpunk Uncensored.